It's Tuesday, May 26th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, 2 people charged following the discovery of a newborn's remains in Halifax. They are due back in court on Thursday. We'll have your top news headlines just ahead.
And heading to Somo Fest, we'll catch up with chef and host Andy Hay and find out why you should join him in Prince Edward Island later this summer for great food and great music.
And pets on vacation. We'll get tips and advice on taking your furry family members with you this summer. All that and so much more just ahead on the Tuesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Hello, happy Tuesday. Come on in. We're so happy you can join us. We are, the theme today is soft colors. We have light yellow and light green, sort of like spring vibes. I feel in a very springy mood because yesterday with all that heavy rain, did it rain heavily where you were?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like,
yes. Yes.
Thank heaven. A nice drenching rain. All the grass and grass seed is saying thank you very much. But it was a chance to try the soup pot out once afresh, you know? Like,
oh, yes. Cozy food.
It was all like summer hot dogs, hamburgers, and salads.
Oh,
it was nice to get the soup pot out one more time. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Well, you know what? You're in luck because we are going to see temperatures warm up today, cool back down for the remainder of the week. Into the weekend, we are seeing that colder air move back in. So
really?
Lots of cozy weather.
Well, we'll embrace it while we have it because it's going to be hot before you know it.
Exactly. So you know what? We're going to see that warm up today. Lots of sunshine.
Nice.
A chance of showers still remains for parts of the region. Looking at some isolated drizzle early on this morning for the Maritime region, and then seeing that chance of showers a little bit later on, but still holding on to sunshine and warmer temperatures on its way. Above seasonal for much of our daytime highs. Here's a look at Chester. As you can see here, sunshine early this morning. We are going to see sunshine early this morning for much of the Maritime region today, but we are also going to see temperatures start to warm up. As of right now, not too bad starting off your day. 12 degrees in Halifax, a bit cooler in Sydney at 6, 10 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown with 13 early this morning in Fredericton, 5 degrees in Labrador City, and 2 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. So keep in mind sun safety when you are heading out. The UV index has jumped just a bit for the Maritime region, tracking moderate to high throughout your day today. Newfoundland and Labrador not seeing a boost in that UV index due to some precipitation we're seeing over there. So for the Maritime region, as I mentioned, a low chance of some drizzle early this morning, then clears out, leaving sunshine before a chance of showers returns this afternoon for parts of the Maritime region. In terms of the wind, starting off a bit breezy, will begin to become lighter into the afternoon. As of right now, 35 kilometers per hour in Charlottetown with 31 in North Cape, 28 kilometers per hour in Halifax, 19 in Lunenburg and Yarmouth. And wind gusts getting up to 46 kilometers per hour this morning in Charlottetown, 39 in Halifax, and 28 in Yarmouth. We'll take a look at your sunny forecast coming up, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
2 people charged following the discovery of a newborn's remains in Halifax are due back in court on Thursday for a bail hearing. 23-year-old Sukhpreet Singh and his wife, 26-year-old Ramandeep Kaur, are charged with 2 counts of obstruction, concealing the body of a child, and indignity to a dead body. In court Monday, the Crown opposed their release, saying there is potential for additional, very serious charges to be laid.
It's a shocking set of events. The fact that the community would be appalled is what you would expect upon hearing allegations of this kind.
Halifax police say a woman who had just given birth was taken to hospital by ambulance Friday night and that an urgent search was ongoing for the newborn. The 23-year-old mother was reported in life-threatening condition that was not due to violence. The baby's remains were discovered in the woods off of Prospect Road around 3:20 Sunday afternoon. Police say the 2 charged are relatives of the mother but didn't specify the connection. The woman is still in critical condition and unresponsive. RCMP in Nova Scotia's Antigonish County are investigating the suspicious death of a 42-year-old man. Police say the body was found last Thursday evening on Arthur's Point Lane in West Arm, Tracadie. Investigators are working with the Medical Examiner Service to determine the cause of death. No other information has been released. Small businesses and ratepayers who have complaints with NB Power are getting their own official advocate. Right now, customers who have a complaint to make can take it to the utility or departments within the provincial government. The province's energy minister says a new independent consumer advocate for NB Power complaints will offer a brand new avenue.
The advocate will now be able to take that information, do an independent review, and actually could have powers to have NB Power correct if there's a situation that's not appropriate.
Legislation for a new independent consumer advocate could be tabled as early as today. It's one of 50 recommendations offered earlier this year from a 3-person panel who were appointed to make sweeping recommendations about how to make NB Power more efficient and make any rate increases more predictable. Nova Scotia can be a natural resource powerhouse and needs to improve its economy. That was the message from Premier Tim Houston during his State of the Province in Halifax on Monday.
And even if you don't know exactly what GDP per capita means, you know that being next to last is not good.
Still, the Premier insists better days are ahead, doubling down on his resource-driven economic plan, focusing on mining, wind power, and offshore oil and gas. Still, a new poll suggests 45% of Nova Scotians aren't happy with the energy push.
It's driven by rising concern about affordability and pocketbook issues, as well as some dissatisfaction with certain elements of the provincial budget.
Those are directly tied. If we can grow our revenues, then we can have more to support people through various ways.
Nova Scotia is also dealing with a $1.2 billion deficit. The Premier says it's another reason to start using more natural resources. And the Premier's event was targeted by striking long-term care workers outside the venue. 3,500 unionized workers continue to strike, demanding better pay and working conditions. There have been no talks between union leaders and the government since negotiations broke off in early May. The police chief in St. John is handing in his badge this summer. Robert Bruce says he worked diligently and is proud of his accomplishments, despite leading a force that, as he puts it, has a resistance to change. Despite his obvious frustration, the mayor says he's had a good relationship with the city's top cop. The chief will continue in his current role until his contract ends in July. Finally, gas on Prince Edward Island is now below the $2 mark. Here's a look at the numbers. Gas decreased by 5.7 cents overnight, so nearly 6 cents a liter. The minimum price now $1.96. And diesel fell by 8.1 cents. The minimum price on the island now $2.28.7 a liter. And that's your first look at your local news headlines on this Tuesday morning.
Amazing. Okay, thank you, Amanda. Yeah, well, nice to see gas go down. That is
yeah, now below. Oh my gosh, yeah, now seeing it below the $2 mark in PEI, so a bit of relief. Still high, but
yeah.
Oh gosh, yes, that's true. Okay, well, yesterday we had local bouncy castle rental business Woodland Bounce Co. on the show. Lots of fun. Well, inflatable art has taken over the Hague. Yeah, not just here. Coincidence? I don't think it's coincidence that there's so much inflatable action going on around the world. It probably is. In any case, fun public art, and it's a Jubilee edition of this annual event that they have. They celebrate 5 years of inflatable public artwork, and organizers of Blow Up Jubilee brought back some of the standout installations from previous years. So they're spread out throughout the city. If you happen to be in The Hague, this runs until June 21st.
Cool.
I just thought it was neat.
That's really
You cannot
neat.
Jump and bounce on these.
See, okay.
With the Bounce Co.
I was going to say, I feel like it's tempting enough for a pot. It's tempting enough for adults, but imagine kids.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Maybe there are some that are interactive, but they didn't show any in the visuals. I have not yet been to The Hague. That's on the bucket list, but
no, never.
have to go in June for the Inflatable Fest.
Inflatable Fest. Cool. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It does.
Okay, we're going to take our first break of the morning. Still ahead, we'll have your first look at your national and international news headlines on this Tuesday morning. And Latavia will have the full look at the forecast. We've got some nice sunshine ahead for us today and warm temperatures.
Is.
Look at the sunrise here along the Petitcodiac River in downtown Moncton. It is just simply gorgeous.
Yes.
Nice morning for a walk, too. But we do have more wet weather on the way. Latavia has those details up next.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:12 on your Tuesday. We're taking a live look at Sambro, starting off at 12 degrees this morning. A bit of a cloudy start to the day. You can see that sunshine in behind those clouds. Still holding on to isolated showers and or drizzle early this morning. That will clear out, leaving sunshine in your area before a chance of showers returns late this afternoon. A warmer start to the day across the Maritime region. 11 degrees right now in Halifax with 7 in Sydney, 10 degrees in Charlottetown with 13 in Fredericton, 5 degrees right now in Labrador City, only 1 degree in St. John's, Newfoundland. Over to our forecast timeline. A bit of fog and drizzle early this morning for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. That will clear out. Fog will dissipate. Clouds will clear as well, leaving sunshine into the later this morning and into the afternoon. We do have a chance of showers returning, around a 30% chance of it happening into the late this afternoon, carrying into the evening, becoming a little bit more steady for parts of New Brunswick. Now, Newfoundland and Labrador seeing pockets of sunshine into the afternoon, but we are also seeing some shower activity for both those provinces, picking up into the evening hours as well. And then into early Wednesday morning, starting off the day with another wet start to the day for the Maritime region. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, we are going to see accumulation from this system yet again. Heaviest being 20 to 30 millimeters for Edmonton, 5 to 10 across Prince Edward Island, as well as into eastern Nova Scotia. And then pretty light amounts indicated for Labrador City. For Newfoundland, looking at around 5 to 10 millimeters as well. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs are heating back up, ranging from 18 to 26 degrees, being the warmest into Fredericton. Looking at sunshine today with a chance of showers into the afternoon. Wind gusts picking up to 40 kilometers per hour. For Prince Edward Island, highs will range from 12 to 17 degrees. Periods of drizzle early on, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud this afternoon. Wind gusts of 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 9 to 20 degrees, being the warmest into Sheet Harbour. Scattered showers expected on and off throughout the day today. And then for the rest of the province, looking at periods of drizzle early in the morning, clearing out, leaving sunshine. We do have a chance of showers returning, around a 30% chance of it happening this afternoon for mainland Nova Scotia, with highs ranging from 16 to 24 degrees. For Labrador City today, we are looking at showers on and off throughout the day with a high of 11, 4 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, and looking at a chance of scattered showers as well. Wednesday's forecast will be another wet one, and we are going to see temperatures begin to cool down below seasonal yet again for Wednesday and into Thursday's forecast, another wet day ahead. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Canada's Western premiers are meeting in Alberta today for day 2 of their annual gathering. Talks of separation referendum in Alberta are overshadowing the event. Yesterday, Prime Minister Mark Carney compared his experience with Brexit in the UK to Alberta's current situation. CTV's Rachel Aiello has more.
That is a very dangerous bluff.
A stark 6-word warning from Prime Minister Mark Carney for Alberta Premier Danielle Smith.
In these separation issues, it is often advanced that vote for this and it's a free option. Vote for this and we will strengthen our hand in a future negotiation. That is a very dangerous bluff.
Asked today what he thinks of the referendum question being put to Albertans this fall, the Prime Minister drew on his experience as the Governor of the Bank of England during the Brexit crisis.
I saw firsthand what happened in the United Kingdom when the view was vote for this, it'll be soft, and then we'll negotiate, etc., and they ended up, and they're still 10 years later trying to undo what people didn't think they were voting for, but what they ended up having.
Carney's words of caution about voters understanding the risk of potentially using this referendum as a bargaining chip with Ottawa was met with pushback from Premier Smith, who said while she supports staying in Canada, it's important all Albertans have their say.
And we had 400,000 people sign a petition saying they wanted to vote to remain, and 300,000 sign a petition saying they wanted to vote to leave. So that's 700,000 people who have asked for this to be publicly debated and put on the ballot.
On Parliament Hill, opposition MPs said instead of scrutinizing the question, Carney should start addressing the concerns that led to it being asked in the first place.
He can't just wag his finger. He has to project real action.
It is still up to Albertans to decide.
I think until we address it, it will be like an itch that is not scratched.
Smith said she'll be taking Carney up on his commitment to keep working with her province to convince Albertans there's hope for more prosperity for the province within a united Canada.
CTV's Rachel Aiello reporting in Ottawa. Indian business leaders are also in Ottawa. The delegation is discussing ways to boost trade and investment between Canada and India.
This is very important. We made a promise to Canadians that we'd diversify our trading partners and we'd unlock roughly $300 billion of additional non-U.S. exports. And this is what we're focused on in this visit.
How are you? Nice. The delegation consists of more than 100 senior officials from India's mining, energy and aerospace industries. It's being led by India's Commerce and Industry Minister. He told the group that Prime Minister Carney's recent visit to his country was the spark that rekindled the Canada-India relationship. The U.S. military has conducted so-called self-defense strikes against targets in Iran, despite reports of progress in peace talks. The agreement would reportedly see the Strait of Hormuz reopened gradually and see the U.S. end its blockade of Iranian ports. Iran would also give up its stockpile of highly enriched uranium. Iran says progress has been made, but that a deal is not imminent. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio called the plan a work in progress.
So we have what I think is a pretty solid thing on the table in terms of their ability to open up the straits, get the straits open, enter into a very real, significant, time-limited negotiation on the nuclear matters.
In an online post, Donald Trump said it will only be a great deal for all or deal at all, or no deal at all, rather, adding he wants more countries in the region to join the Abraham Accords and normalize relations with Israel. Back here in Canada, Habs fans did not get the result they were hoping for on home ice last night.
Back in, the chance
Carolina won last night's game at the Bell Center by a score of 3-2 and now leads the series 2-1. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference final takes place Wednesday night in Montreal. Meantime, some hopeful news for soccer fans. Canada's head coach says he's confident injured captain Alphonso Davies will play in the World Cup tournament, but he will most likely miss the team's opening match.
Alphonso will be here on the 31st in Edmonton. So we spoke with Bayern and thought that the best thing for him was to continue his initial recovery treatment.
Davies suffered a hamstring injury 3 weeks ago during a game. We're told the initial timeline for when he could hit the turf was 4 to 5 weeks. And staying with sports, a quick break here. When we return, we'll have your must-see moment from TSN. That is on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Your Morning Atlantic. We'll be right back.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
It's almost 6:24 on this Tuesday. Time now to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Nikki Reyes in the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Monday. And for it, we head to Toronto. Marlins taking on the Blue Jays. Trey Savage on the hill. Javier Sanoa bounces one back to him. It goes off his glove, then his hat. He bobbles it, then he scoots it to first in time for the out. Just a wild little juggling act. And Savage sticks with it to get the out. A smile on the field. And then after the inning, he tells pitching coach Pete Walker all about it, how he just earned the must-see moment from Monday. You sure did. Tonight on TSN, the Memorial Cup round robin continues. Chicoutimi facing Kitchener. Coverage begins at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast for New Brunswick today. Sunshine, but we do have a low chance of showers this afternoon, a high of 23. 20 degrees on Wednesday, a mix of sun and cloud, scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms returns. 12 degrees on Thursday, Scattered showers expected. For Nova Scotia today, sunshine with a chance of showers this afternoon, a high of 20, cooling down to 12 on Wednesday. Looking at a bit of sunshine for the southwestern region of the province. Other than that, seeing scattered showers for the remainder. And 11 degrees on Thursday, scattered showers across the province. For Prince Edward Island today, 16 degrees, isolated drizzle will clear, leaving sunshine, cooling down to 9 on Wednesday with wet weather, and showers continue across the island on Thursday with a high yet again of 9.
Coming up shortly, the Move Morning Chat. Today, it's a pretty broad question. What's changed for you this year? Big or small, we want to know. A conversation just ahead on Your Morning Atlantic.
Hey, if you're just waking up, let us be the first to say good morning. Thank you for joining us. Hope you had a great sleep and your morning is off to a great start. We're so happy to have you join us this morning. I kind of like the rainfall that we had last night. I didn't have to be outside, so it was nice to hear it and stay inside.
It was windy.
Cozy.
Was it windy?
Yeah,
Very
where I was, it was very windy.
Like
yes.
a storm
almost. The trees were blowing. Yeah.
I had to take the green bin out, and I was thinking, ooh. And I was out there for maybe a minute. Got soaked pretty quickly.
Oh, for sure. The dogs had to go out?
Yes,
we were trying to hold them
out.
off, but they needed to go out. And oh my gosh, they went out very quickly.
Oh yeah,
They came in
same,
drenched. They were not enjoying it.
Ugh, I hate when that happens. Gotta chase them down and try to get them dry. I'm like,
I actually drove in this morning with Amanda. She gave me a ride today, which was fun.
She's standing on the side of the road.
Exactly.
I said, I think I know her.
This woman goes by, this crazy woman at that hour. No, in any case, we had a great chat, and I was saying I love a good soaking rain. Like, I'd rather have one big, giant soaking rain and then a couple of nice sunny days than a whole week of drizzle.
Absolutely. Well, I'm sorry. That's what you're getting.
That's what you're getting. Yeah. Well, I didn't put my order in soon enough, I guess. It's beautiful today. I'll take that.
Exactly. We are seeing a warm up today across the region. So pretty warm early this morning for the Maritime region. Here's a live look at South Maitland. We are seeing a cloudy, a bit of a foggy start to the day. Fog patches will dissipate. Periods of drizzle will end. We will be seeing clouds clear out, leaving some sunshine. 11 degrees in Halifax to start your day with 7 in Sydney, 10 degrees in Charlottetown, 13 in Fredericton. Cooler over in St. John's, Newfoundland this morning at 1 degree. Keep in mind sun safety if you are heading out today. We are seeing a jump up in the UV index, moderate to high throughout your day. Newfoundland and Labrador not seeing an increase in the UV index due to precipitation we're seeing over there. So for the Maritime region, a low chance of some isolated drizzle to start your day. That will clear out. Sunshine today. And then we do have a low chance of showers returning late this afternoon. For Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing a bit of wet weather starting off your day and will be sticking around into the afternoon. In terms of the wind forecast, a bit breezy to start your day, but will become lighter into the afternoon for much of the Maritime region. As of right now, 26 kilometers per hour in Halifax with 22 into North Cape, Charlottetown and Moncton, 20 in St. John, New Brunswick. Wind gusts getting up to 37 this morning in Charlottetown and 31 in St. John. We'll take a look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. 2 people charged following the discovery of a newborn's remains in Halifax are due back in court on Thursday for a bail hearing. 23-year-old Sukapreet Singh and his wife, 26-year-old Ramandeep Kaur, are charged with 2 counts of obstruction, concealing the body of a child, and indignity to a dead body. In court Monday, the Crown opposed their release, saying there is potential for additional, very serious charges to be laid.
It's a shocking set of events. The fact that the community would be appalled is what you would expect upon hearing allegations of this kind.
A woman who had just given birth was taken to hospital by ambulance Friday night, and that an urgent search was ongoing for the newborn. The 23-year-old mother was reported in life-threatening condition that was not due to violence. The baby's remains were discovered in the woods off of Prospect Road around 3:20 Sunday afternoon. Police say the 2 charged are relatives of the mother, but didn't specify the connection. The woman is still in critical condition and unresponsive. Small businesses and ratepayers who have complaints with MB Power are getting their own official advocate. Right now, customers who have a complaint to make can take it to the utility or to departments within the provincial government. The province's energy minister says a new independent consumer advocate for NB Power complaints will offer a brand new avenue.
The advocate will now be able to take that information, do an independent review, and actually could have powers to have NB Power correct if there's a situation that's not appropriate.
Legislation for a new independent consumer advocate could be tabled as early as today. It's one of 50 recommendations offered earlier this year from a 3-person panel who were appointed to make sweeping recommendations about how to make NB Power more efficient and make any rate increases more predictable. Some families on Prince Edward Island are facing a difficult choice: trying to rebuild their oyster farms hit by disease or walk away from the water. CTV's Maria Saru with one family's reality and what a shrinking industry could mean for the oyster-producing province.
Oysters climb up the conveyor belt. But on Bruce and Kayla Richard's farm, most of them won't make it to market. The couple is sorting for survivors. Typically, the dead ones would be the exception. This year, it's the healthy ones.
We can't afford to keep going like this.
On this line, fewer than 10% are alive. They pull pan after pan from the water in western PEI, hard hit by MSX and Dermo. Highly deadly diseases for oysters, but not humans. They've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into their farm and remortgaged their home. Now they're considering whether to continue or quit, and others are in the same boat.
Spirits are low. There's no courage to come to work. It's hard. It just feels like every small farmer right now is going to be pushed to the point of where we have to leave.
This is what a healthy oyster looks like. It's meaty and it smells slightly salty. All these ones are dead. Most of them have no meat in them at all, and even when they do, there's not much of it, and it stinks like rot. Earlier this month, Ottawa announced funding for disease-resistant oyster seed and approved the import of breeding stock from the U.S., among other measures. The province is also offering interest relief, wage assistance, and other programs to keep growers going. But the PEI Aquaculture Alliance says they need more help to carry them through. Without it, the island could lose production capacity, with ripple effects on shore. At Carr's Oyster Bar, staff are getting ready to reopen for the season while adjusting to the uncertainty.
If a business can only supply me so much, I'm grateful for that. If they can't, then I have to find other sources.
For the Richards, this work is more than a job. It's a lifestyle they wanted for their daughters.
My plans right now are just to keep coming out until I can't anymore.
Maria Saru, CTV News, Alberton, Prince Edward Island.
Thank you, Maria. And gas on the island is now below the $2 mark. It decreased overnight. Gas fell by 5.7 cents. The minimum price now $1.96 a liter. And diesel fell by 8.1 cents. The minimum price now $2.28.7. Finally, Habs fans did not get the results they were hoping for on home ice last night.
Back in, the chance.
Carolina won last night's game at the Bell Center by a score of 3-2, and they now lead the series 2-1. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final will take place tomorrow night in Montreal. Habs fans hoping for a different outcome tomorrow for that game.
Indeed. Well, while I'm riding on the bandwagon, I like to do some reading.
Yes.
And I did find out that Montreal had that at the first game against Carolina, they just whooped their pants.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
And so Carolina figured out, they figured it out. They're like, oh, okay, well, we'll answer that. And so they figured things out. So now it's time for Montreal to watch the tape and figure out how Carolina's beating them. So I would predict they're going to win. Montreal will win on Wednesday night, evening up the series again. Very exciting.
Be great. I just wish these games were earlier.
Yeah, that one's really late. I think it might start at 9, the next game. In any case, we will be watching the highlights.
This Atlantic time zone, I tell you.
Well, even that, just for the morning show host. Yeah. That's late. In any case, Gosh, we've got a contest to tell you about. Final days of our contest.
Ooh.
Yes. Wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We could pay your bills with $20,000. Imagine what you could do with all that money. You can head to our contest webpage to enter. It's at ctvatlantic.ca. There's a little contest bar that you press at the top. Today's word is dream. That's it. We're doing dreaming about the money. Dreaming about the winner. It can't be us, but it could definitely be you. Use that QR code if it's an easier way to get to the contest page. But in any case, enter that word today, and then we'll have another word for the rest of this week while we're on air, and then that's it.
Dream.
Dream.
All right, still ahead, we have your entertainment headlines from Hollywood. But before that, the forecast with Latavia and the Move Morning Chat. And today we're asking, what's changed for you this year? Perhaps it's a new little one. I'll share the details. 10400 is the number, and the conversation right after this.
Beautiful sunshine early this morning in Halifax. Welcome back and happy Tuesday. The time now is 6:41. Currently 11 degrees in your area. Temperatures will be rising above seasonal for our daytime highs, and that sunshine will be sticking around today. 7 degrees right now over in Sydney, with 10 degrees in Charlottetown, 13 in Fredericton, 6 degrees in Labrador City, and 2 degrees over in Gander. Taking a look at our forecast timeline, isolated drizzle early this morning expected for parts of the Maritime region. Newfoundland, Labrador starting to see that wet weather make its way over, looking at shower activity today. Into the Maritime region, seeing clouds continue to clear out this afternoon, leaving even more sunshine ahead. But we also have a low chance of showers returning late this afternoon. Carrying us into the evening, we'll start to see some steadier shower activity move in back in, I should say, across parts of New Brunswick. A risk of thunderstorms into tonight. That carries us into Wednesday. We're looking at cool down yet again, and also seeing some wet weather into our forecast. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, going to be lighter than yesterday's forecast, but still picking up. Heaviest being 20 to 30 millimeters for Edmundston. 5 to 10 millimeters across Prince Edward Island and eastern Nova Scotia. Pretty light amounts indicated for Labrador City, and looking at around 5 to 10 millimeters expected for parts of Newfoundland. Temperatures will be heating up today across New Brunswick. Daytime highs will range from 18 to 26. Looking at a mix of sun and cloud, a chance of showers later this afternoon. Wind picking up out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. For Prince Edward Island, looking at highs between 12 to 17 degrees. Periods of drizzle early on will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 9 to 20 degrees, being the warmest at Deschutes Harbour. Scattered showers on and off throughout the day. And then the rest of Nova Scotia looking at highs between 16 to 24. A mix of sun and cloud today as isolated drizzle clears out. We do have a low chance of showers returning this afternoon. For Labrador City, 11 degrees today with showers on and off throughout the day. 4 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, and looking at a chance of scattered showers. For our forecast on Wednesday, we do have shower activity returning. A risk of thunderstorms expected for parts of New Brunswick. Temperatures cooling back down, so remaining below seasonal over the next couple of days. Thursday's forecast looking a bit wet as well, as we do have showers returning. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat. It's that time once again, the Move Morning Chat with Aaron and Peter. This morning, we're asking the question, what has changed for you in the past year? Aaron, Peter, what is it?
Yeah, it's funny. We were just kind of reflecting on the morning show about how we were joking that when things happen, they all happen at once. And well, specifically for me, Peter and I were chatting about my year, the past year, where I met somebody very special and I got a chance to buy my first home. So I'm so excited.
Wow, congratulations, Aaron. That's huge.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you. We bought like, it's a bit of a log home. So we feel like we're living our Nova Scotia dream, living in like a cabin. It's so awesome. So anyway, it's been a lot. And just going through that process. But Peter and I have just been reflecting. I mean, not only for me, but for you, Peter, a lot has changed in a year.
I think that, I mean, if you have a family, things are changing all the time, right? I think everybody would agree with that. But in the past year in particular, Well, I became a granddad, a no-no. We've had a marriage in the family. You're just hearing this.
No, I know, but still, it's exciting.
We know. We just want to give another round of applause because it's wonderful news. Cute.
So, yes, we had a marriage in the family back in November. There's another marriage coming up this fall. I mean, it just keeps happening.
Yeah. That's so amazing. All right, well, for me, I guess the biggest thing that has changed in the past year is my health. Yes. I feel like I've been the healthiest I've been since I've actually been here. I'm finally off I had brain surgery, 2 brain surgeries, and I'm finally off that medication for that part of my brain. It's been a good, like 4 months now that I've been off it, doing well, thankfully. And I'm in the best health and shape of my life since I had my kids. So I think that's the biggest thing for me that's changed, and I feel pretty good.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And, you know, Latavia also just did the 10K at the Blue Nose as well. So, I mean, she is challenging herself. Yeah,
I try.
You know, you were mentioning, Peter, about changes in the family. For me, it's kind of, I'm so lucky, and I have been so lucky my life. I just turned 38, and I've had most of my grandparents my entire adult life, but just in the past March, we said goodbye to my grandma, Pam, and she was in her early 90s. She immigrated from England to Canada back when my mom was a teenager, so some major life choices, and I've just been reflecting about how grateful I am. It's not lost on me that our families all come in different shapes and sizes, and my son, who's 8, has a great grandparent, and I still am very fortunate to have my grandfather with me as well. So that was a big change, and it is interesting to see the family dynamics, and it's making me realize, like, I am getting older as well, and our family is changing, and it just makes me really grateful that we have such a healthy family, and I've had those years of memories to hold on to.
Absolutely.
So that has been the biggest change in the past 6 months. So send us a text. 10400 is the number, and we will share your answers a little later in the show.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:51. We want to continue the Move Morning Chat conversation and ask you, Crystal, what's changed for you?
Well, gosh, I had to do some reflecting. I feel like a lot of things. First of all, congratulations on the health element for you. That made me really happy.
Thank you.
You're feeling good that way. For me, I think one of the biggest changes that's new for this year is really putting financial responsibility in the front seat. You know, I'm always talking about my no-spend months and weeks, and really been focusing on saving and thinking about the future as opposed to buying stuff.
Yes, you've been really good at that.
It's made a huge difference. I really have a different relationship with money now, and I feel like it's like very empowering.
Oh yeah, it's freeing.
It's
every time you tell
freeing.
us that, you give a reminder, you're like, I'm gonna do this month. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do that too.
Like Vicky came in yesterday with these burgundy Adidas Samba Mary Janes.
Yes.
Which I coveted. I was pretty much ready to rip them off her feet and just like give her some garbage bags to wear. Actually, she let me try them on, which was very nice. But I said, no, I'm gonna wait. I've got a few other priorities, and then maybe I'll save up for the shoes. But I used to just like, oh, I'll just throw that on the line of credit. Who cares?
Oh, absolutely. But like, I'm just gonna buy it.
And then, or just buy them and then there's a bill that comes up.
Exactly.
So now I've got the emergency fund. We don't have that problem anymore. So anyway, I'm just saying, like, it's just a shift, mindset shift.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a good one to have.
There we go. Not taking a trip to Hollywood today, for example.
No, but you can, to take a look at our entertainment headlines.
We're protecting everything the rebellion fought for.
The holiday weekend box office totals are in, with The Mandalorian and Grogu taking in $100 million over the 3-day holiday weekend. The #2 slot went to the surprise horror hit Obsession, with just over $30 million through Monday. That's nearly a 40% increase over its debut last weekend. And 5 weeks into its theatrical run, Michael collected nearly $27 million.
If you turn the lights off, they don't bother you.
A new trailer for the Big Bang Theory spin-off series Stuart Fails to Save the Universe shows fan favorite Will Wheaton will appear in the show. It's set to hit HBO Max in July.
It could all be so simple.
And happy birthday to Lauryn Hill. Her debut album in 1998, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, became the first recording by a female rapper to be certified diamond, and today she turns 51. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa O'Don, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And in case you missed it, volunteers in Halifax are packing much-needed medical supplies en route to Cuba, where a humanitarian crisis continues.
It's one example of how Atlantic Canadians have stepped up to help Cubans. CTV's Vanessa Wright has a story.
Volunteers working around the clock to load this 40-foot container. Inside, hundreds of boxes filled with medical supplies, musical instruments, and bikes. It's headed for Cuba, where a humanitarian crisis hasn't slowed.
There are 11,000 pregnant women waiting for an ultrasound. Can't have one because there's no electricity in the hospitals. 106,000 surgeries have been put off, including 10,000 for children. Why? Because of the lack of fuel in the hospitals.
It's residue from a blockade put in place by U.S. President Donald Trump.
Basically, he said that any ships that came to Cuba bringing fuel would have massive tariffs put upon them, and there would be further measures. As a result, there was only one ship bringing petroleum in 4 months that came to Cuba,
leaving doctors there without transportation. But help is on the way, courtesy of dozens of Maritimers who've donated their items.
It's very difficult to replace anything that wears out, and musical instruments wear out. Also, there's always a new generation of musicians coming up, and Cuba is certainly famous for their musicians. So it was a way that I could help.
And what better way to do so, especially for a friendship that has flourished for decades.
Nova Scotia and Cuba have got very, very close ties. The very first consulate of Cuba in Canada was not in Montreal or Toronto or Ottawa or Halifax. It was in Yarmouth.
From here, the container will be trucked to the port of Halifax, then on a ship where it's expected to arrive in Cuba's capital in a few weeks. I hope it will serve as a reminder to Cubans that they haven't been forgotten.
The Ebola outbreak, which we're now seeing in Western Africa, Cuba was the first country when the last Ebola outbreak took place a decade ago to send doctors there. So Cuba has done its part for the international community. It's time now for us to reciprocate.
In true maritime fashion, by giving back. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Halifax.
Taking another look at our 3-day forecast, warming up to 23 degrees today across New Brunswick. A mix of sun and cloud today. We do have a low chance of showers expected this afternoon. Steady showers into the evening. 20 degrees on Wednesday. Seeing sunny breaks, but also scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms. And 12 degrees on Thursday. Scattered showers continue. For Nova Scotia, 20 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud, a chance of showers late this afternoon. 12 degrees on Wednesday, looking at sunshine for the southwestern region of the province, scattered showers for the remainder, and 11 on Thursday with scattered showers. Prince Edward Island, 16 degrees today, drizzle clears, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, cooling down to 9 on Wednesday, and wet weather continues on Thursday with a high of 9.
It's Tuesday, May 26th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, 2 people charged following the discovery of newborn's remains in Halifax. We'll have the latest just ahead in your news headlines.
And Connecting for Action, a conference at Mount St. Vincent University, aims to better understand the impact of gender-based violence on women and gender-diverse people in leadership. The conversation and more coming up this half hour on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday morning. We're seeing the return of sunshine. Temperatures already beginning to warm up for much of the region, although we're still holding on to some shower activity for parts of the region as well.
Okay.
That's good. That's the weather.
That's it. That's all. Can I go?
I'm done. No, it's nice. It was kind of nice. I like a good rainstorm sometimes. And with the wildfires that we've experienced over the past few years, it's nice for me to go, okay, right. As much as I enjoy the sunshine and the heat, it's so important that we have this wet weather.
Absolutely.
You make a good point,
Yeah, it's very important. And it was nice when you're inside and you can hear that rain falling on your windowsill. It's definitely going to be a nicer, drier day ahead for much of the region, though, so we'll soak up that sunshine while it lasts. Over the next few days into the weekend, it's going to be cooling down and wet.
So maybe plant the grass seed today if you haven't. If you didn't have the chance to.
Oh, maybe I'll cut that grass.
Absolutely,
today.
right?
Amanda.
Yes, maybe I'll get my husband to cut the grass today. No, you already did on the weekend.
Yes, exactly. Well, as you can see here in Port aux Basques, a gloomy, wet start to your day. We are seeing shower activity across much of Newfoundland and parts of Labrador today. So something to keep in mind when you are heading out early this morning. Don't forget your rain gear. 11 degrees starting off your day in Halifax with 7 in Sydney, 10 degrees in Charlottetown, 13 in Fredericton, 8 degrees in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, and 3 degrees currently in Corner Brook. Keeping in mind sun safety when heading out today for the Maritime region, we're seeing the UV index climb back up, moderate to high throughout your day today. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. You can see that low pressure system currently tracking across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador this morning. Showers expected on and off throughout the day for the Maritime region. A low chance of some isolated drizzle early on will clear out. Clouds will clear, leaving sunshine this afternoon. And a low chance of showers returns late this afternoon for the Maritimes. If you're wondering about wind forecast, it is going to be a bit breezy for parts of the Maritime region today. 26 kilometers per hour right now in Halifax, 22 in North Cape, Charlottetown, and in Moncton. Wind gusts getting up to 37 right now in Charlottetown and 31 kilometers per hour in St. John, New Brunswick. We'll take a look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. 2 people charged following the discovery of a newborn's remains in Halifax are due back in court on Thursday for a bail hearing. 23-year-old Sukhpreet Singh and his wife, 26-year-old Ramandeep Kaur, are charged with 2 counts of obstruction, concealing the body of a child, and indignity to a dead body. In court Monday, the Crown opposed their release, saying there is potential for additional, very serious charges to be laid.
It's a shocking set of events. The fact that the community would be appalled is what you would expect upon hearing allegations of this kind.
Halifax police say a woman who had just given birth was taken to hospital by ambulance Friday night, and that an urgent search was ongoing for the newborn. The 23-year-old mother was reported in life-threatening condition that was not due to violence. The baby's remains were discovered in the woods off of Prospect Road around 3:20 Sunday afternoon. Police say the 2 charged relatives of the mother, but didn't specify the connection. The woman is still in critical condition and unresponsive. A 30-year-old Nova Scotia man has been charged with manslaughter following the death of a man who was injured during a fight last week in Upper Musquodoboit. Police say the 41-year-old victim was found in medical distress Wednesday and died in hospital. The accused remains in custody. Small businesses and ratepayers who have complaints with NB Power are getting their own official advocate. Right now, customers who have a complaint to make can take it to the utility or departments within the provincial government. The province's energy minister says a new independent consumer advocate for NB Power complaints will offer a brand new avenue.
The advocate will now be able to take that information, do an independent review, and actually could have powers to have NB Power correct if there's a situation that's not appropriate.
Legislation for a new independent consumer advocate could be tabled as early as today. It's one of 50 recommendations offered earlier this year from a 3-person panel who were appointed to make sweeping recommendations about how to make NB Power more efficient and make any rate increases more predictable. Nova Scotia is enlisting the help of smart technology to help get traffic moving in Halifax.
Instead of running on a standard timed system, the signals will be able to detect traffic in a real-time volume and adjust those lights accordingly.
We spend some time in Arizona where they have those kinds of lights, and it works very well.
8 intersections surrounding the McDonald Bridge were selected for new signal light technology. Experts say this tech can be used at isolated intersections, but works best at multiple intersections along the same route. The province will spend $700,000 for the equipment and installation. It will be installed later this spring or early summer and will be switched on in late fall. The police chief of St. John is handing in his badge this summer. Robert Bruce says he worked diligently and is proud of his accomplishments despite leading a force that, as he puts it, has been resistant to change. Despite his obvious frustration, the mayor says he's had a good relationship with the city's top cop. The chief will continue in his current role until his contract ends in July.
I wasn't surprised to hear that. I guess there's been a lot of issues, but like I said, I've been a supporter of the Chiefs, and he's done a lot of great work in St. John, trying to modernize, the force and the service that they provide, etc. Not everyone likes change, so I get that myself, and so he's worked on that. He's done quite a bit of work on it, and so it's all good.
And the chief will continue in his role until his contract ends in a few months. Gas on Prince Edward Island is now below the $2 mark. Gas decreased by 5.7 cents overnight. The minimum price now $1.96 a liter. And diesel fell by 8.1 cents. The minimum price now $2.28.7. Prices in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia did not change. Finally, this is a morning show tradition and a tradition across the pond. We want to take you to a rather unique way to get your hands on some cheese.
It was crazy. I think this was my most controlled run ever.
Ah, yes, it is a sign of spring. The Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling Competition was held Monday, sending thrill seekers and cheese enthusiasts down a slippery slope. Participants raced down a steep slope.
Good gravy.
All after a wheel of cheese.
I hope they have, like, St. John's ambulance here or something. This is wild.
Yeah, but you have to roll to the bottom to get there. I'm sure you signed multiple waivers.
That is wild. Like, it must really be steep.
Woo. Like, look at, it's hilarious every year.
Why does everyone just run like that? Why don't you maybe, like, take a slow and steady approach? Look at, whoa.
I wish we kind of had a side angle just to see really how steep it is. Like, some people wore helmets, brilliant. But you know this.
Like, do you have to run? I wonder if you could just bring a piece of cardboard and slide, like, toboggan down the hill.
Well, that would probably
we
be
need them running.
cheating.
We
We gotta
see
run.
the chaos that ensues. This brings me joy every year.
I am working on our friend Danny New is doing a full up on this.
A full report.
So we'll have that
and my favorite
tomorrow for sure. Yeah. So
amazing.
We're working on it for you people. You want more cheese? We'll bring you more cheese.
Yeah, 2 centuries this has been going on for.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. I look forward to it every year.
Their pain brings us joy.
Yes.
It's true. Oh my gosh. We want to bring you joy. How about winning some money? $20,000. What if somebody just said, here you go, $20,000?
You don't even have to race down a hill.
Not at all. All you have to do is enter our contest, and here's how you do it. We can pay your bills with the Your Morning Atlantic, a $20,000 giveaway. So simply go to our website, ctvatlantic.ca, or scan the QR code. You'll see there it is. The word today is dream. Enter that along with a tiny bit of info. It takes seconds. You'll be entered to win today, and then you can tune in again tomorrow for another code word and another chance to win. 4 chances left, including today.
Ooh,
what a dream.
All right, still ahead this half hour. We'll have a look at your national news headlines. But before that, Latavia has the Tuesday forecast. Some nice dry conditions today before we have more wet weather return. This is a beautiful place to head out for a hike. The tide is out at Burnt Coat Head this morning. Look at the blue sky. Forecast is next.
Welcome back. The time now is 7:13. Taking a live look at a beautiful sunny start to the day in Hampton. 12 degrees as of right now, so temperatures are warmer this morning, and we are going to see that sunshine sticking around into the afternoon. So it is 12 degrees in Halifax, 7 in Sydney, with 11 in Charlottetown, 13 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, 6 degrees in Labrador City, and 2 degrees over in Gander. Over to our forecast timeline. Some active weather early this morning. Newfoundland and Labrador looking at some shower activity starting off your day. For the Maritime region, we see sunshine early this morning. Fog patches are already starting to dissipate. We're going to see that cloud coverage clear out for the most part. A low chance of some isolated drizzle expected early this morning for parts of the Maritime region. Seeing a bit of shower activity, around a 60% chance of it happening for Cape Breton Island. And then into this afternoon, lots of sunshine remains in the forecast. We do have a low chance of showers for parts of the Maritime region late this afternoon. And then into this evening, showers become a bit more steady for the northern and central region of New Brunswick. A risk of thunderstorms. That takes us into our forecast for Wednesday. We do have shower activity returning for all 3 maritime provinces, as well as temperatures cooling back down below seasonal for our daytime highs. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, looking at around 20 to 30 millimeters being the heaviest for New Brunswick and Edmundston. Looking at 5 to 10 millimeters across Prince Edward Island and into parts of eastern Nova Scotia. Pretty light amounts indicated for Labrador City and around 5 to 10 millimeters expected for parts of Newfoundland. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, temperatures will be heating up, ranging from 18 to 26 degrees today. A mix of sun and clouds starts off the day. A chance of showers expected late this afternoon. Wind picking up out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. Prince Edward Island looking at highs between 13 to 17 degrees. Periods of drizzle early on will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Wind gusts of 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, also going to see a warm up today. Daytime highs between 9 to 21 degrees. Scattered showers on and off throughout the day today. And then the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from 16 to 24. We do have a mix of sun and cloud, a low chance of isolated showers late this afternoon for mainland Nova Scotia. And then into Labrador City, 11 degrees today with showers on and off throughout the day. 5 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at scattered showers. So we do have another wet day ahead. Chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms for New Brunswick. And the Maritime region will remain rather wet and cooler for our forecast on Thursday as well. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is your campfire conditions report, valid until 2 p.m. on May 26, brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. The province of New Brunswick is currently open to campfires in Category 1 burning. The province of Nova Scotia, much is restricted to the hours of 7 p.m. to 8 a.m., though in the southwest of the province, parts of the valley, parts of the South Shore, campfires in Category 1 burning permitted between 2 p.m. and 8 a.m. And for the province of Prince Edward Island, it is currently closed to domestic brush burning, but campfires are permitted. Remember to check in on municipal bylaws and restrictions as well.
Thank you, Kaylin. A Fredericton widow is speaking out after her husband died of a brain tumor. He spent over 3 decades as a firefighter, and she wishes more families knew about the hidden dangers. CTV's Laura Brown has their story.
Firefighting brought them together. A Miss Fredericton pageant where the city's firefighters were asked to escort the contestants.
We kind of both knew that we wanted to stick together.
Ken Jenkins had 4 loves of his life: his wife Joni, their 2 boys, and firefighting. His career spanned 30-some years. His battle with cancer, 7 months.
I did say once, the career Ken loved is going to kill him.
Ken Jenkins died at 63 from a brain tumor known as a glioblastoma. It's assumed his time as a firefighter is what caused the cancer, which is why his passing is recognized as a line-of-duty death.
It wasn't until we did a deep dive on it that we realized what the beast we were facing.
Cancer is killing our firefighters.
A firefighter for 25 years and counting, Barry Durling feels it's only a matter of time before he's diagnosed. Firefighters have a 9% higher risk of cancer than the general public and is 14% more likely of dying from it. In the last decade, 31 New Brunswick firefighters have died in the line of duty. 29 were due to cancer.
Our turnout gear is laced with forever chemicals, PFAS, and they're absorbing through our skin when we sweat and getting into our bloodstream, causing cancer.
The Fredericton Department has committed to buying its 120 members chemical-free gear by next year. But Durling feels New Brunswick needs to recognize more cancers as occupational illnesses. Right now, the province lists 10. In Nova Scotia, it's 20. Joni is hoping for that change so more families get to see their heroes live longer. She says Ken's kindness and service is now his legacy.
Right about now, I think the world needs a little more of that.
Laura Brown, CTV News, Fredericton.
Thank you so much, Laura. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll get details on a conference taking place at a university around here, looking into the issue of gender-based violence. That's coming up on the other side of this break.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back at 7:22. Now, today and tomorrow, there is a conference taking place at Mount St. Vincent University. It's called Connecting for Action, Gender-Based Violence and Leadership in Nova Scotia. And it's a joint initiative organized by the Nancy's Chair, the Peace Institute, and the Alexa McDonough Institute. Gender-based violence is an epidemic in Atlantic Canada, but a recent survey sheds light on the issue of violence and harassment toward women in leadership and politics. The event aims to bring a diverse group of people together to better understand the nature of the issues, then identify resources and next steps to promote meaningful change. Here to tell us more is Dr. Mary Rita Holland, who is the Nancy's Chair in Women's Studies at MSVU, where she teaches and researches in the area of gender, public policy, and health equity. Good morning, Dr. Holland.
Good morning.
So there's a lot going on here and a lot to accomplish in a day and a half. Gender-based violence is an epidemic around the world, certainly in our region as well. But most people don't realize that there's a connection to women and gender diverse people in leadership positions. So there was a recent survey that kind of shed some light on this. Can you tell us more?
Yeah, so Be the Peace Institute, which is an organization working to bring about change in this area, they formed a group to explore why folks were not getting involved in politics with more diverse backgrounds, including women. And what they were learning from people was that the potential threats of violence and harassment in politics was one of the main factors that kept people from putting their names forward.
That's very interesting. Now, you yourself were a politician for many years. Maybe speak to your experience. I know part of the whole idea of the conference is people sharing their lived experience to shed light on the issue.
Yeah, so it's not something that you get a chance to talk about when you're in politics very much. I mean, I know it's a concern, and a lot of folks are currently trying to build leadership potential in a whole bunch of candidates. I had a lot of support, and still there were many times where there were, sort of scary incidents during campaigns, and then as an elected leader, yes, also just the feelings of being a target, having comments brought up related to my gender, and a general sort of demeaning component of that role, which seemed very unfair. So yeah, really happy to be a part of this work.
For sure, and I would imagine it's so important to talk about these experiences because it is so important to have women and gender diverse people in leadership positions. So what does the conference hope to accomplish?
Yeah, so by bringing together people who are doing research in this area, and then of course those who are working to advocate, we've included people in leadership roles in the gender-based violence field and academics as well, because we're learning that, of course, as we bring these issues to light, there is also more of that threat of online harassment in particular. So what we're looking to do is to build a network of informal and formal supports for these folks, both in Nova Scotia and actually broadening that to Atlantic Canada. So that's the objective, to just bring everyone together, to have these conversations, learn a bit more, make some connections so that we can continue the work.
All right, so the conference is free. So people watching right now, they're welcome to participate. Who do you hope comes and attends the conference?
We do expect we'll have a lot of people with some lived experience. And so for that reason, we've got a trauma-informed perspective. And so if people are interested in in attending and they have that background, we would want them to know that we're creating a space with lots of activities and sharing opportunities to support them. We also expect that we'll have some elected officials who will share their first voice experience. And we really do hope to see a number of youth, because we have a networking event to help sort of address these barriers, learn from youth in terms of what they would like to see, so we can continue to build those supports.
Well, I love that the conference is today's focused on the kind of speaking and listening and gathering ideas. And then tomorrow, it's rubber hitting the road. It's actually creating action plans, which is fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. And we have a number of nonprofit organizations involved, PEI Leadership, Coalition for Women's Leadership, as well as Be the Peace Institute and others who are going to continue this work. The Alexa McDonough Institute has been a foundation for this work as well, as we move forward and try to keep this connection and build on the important recommendations that we'll be learning about.
Well, Dr. Holland, thank you so much for coming in this morning, and best of luck with the conference.
You bet. Thank you.
We put more information on our website about that conference. It is now 7:27. We'll take a break and return with more of our show after this.
Folks, welcome to the deck.
Coming up in this half hour, sitting down with Andy Hay. The chef and host has a lot on his plate these days, not just food. This includes a trip to the island, PEI for Somo Fest later this summer. We're going to get those details and find out who he's most excited to see in the next 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, 7:31 on this Tuesday morning. Hey, hey, hey.
Andy Hay.
Andy Hay.
I'll have whatever he's serving. That looks delicious.
Didn't it look delicious? Oh, wow. I love his recipes. Andy's East Coast Kitchen is a jewel. A lot of really easy but high-impact recipes on that site.
100%. My favorite, and I told him this, is his tea biscuits. He has really simple, straightforward tea biscuits.
Okay.
It's so good.
I'll try them.
Yeah. Please do.
For sure. For me, it's more the supper ideas. There's this kind of, gosh, it's like
a kafta.
Chicken shawarma, yeah, that you make that's on a sheet pan, super good, and the kafta. It's supposed to be chicken kafta, but I like it with the beef.
Yeah, Crystal suggested that one to me. She sent it. I made it at home. Amazing.
It's good. I actually have the stuff in the fridge to make it tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll have to get Andy's pointers when we have him on in a little bit. But in any case, weather-wise, it actually is kind of a day you could barbecue. Like Andy was doing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Within the Maritime region, we're seeing lots of sunshine starting off the day. Temperatures warming back up. Above seasonal for our daytime highs before cooling down for tomorrow. So get outside. Soak up that sunshine. A bit cloudier starting off the day in Wentworth. Clouds will continue to clear out. You will be seeing lots of sunshine into this afternoon. We do have a low chance of showers returning, though, for parts of the Maritime region, and Newfoundland, Labrador seeing a wet start to the day. So as of right now, getting outdoors, it is 12 degrees in Halifax with 7 in Sydney, 11 starting off your day in Charlottetown with 13 in Fredericton, and 1 degree into St. John's, Newfoundland. Keep in mind sun safety, though, when you are heading out. We are seeing a bit of a climb in the UV index, tracking moderate to high across the Maritime region. So Newfoundland, Labrador dealing with some active weather. We do have showers in the forecast for you today. And then for the Maritime region, a low chance of isolated drizzle already beginning to clear out this morning, leaving sunshine into the afternoon. Late this afternoon, a low chance of showers will return. And then for the wind forecast, it will be a bit of a breezy start to the day, tapering off for parts of the Maritime region a little bit later on. Right now, it is 39 kilometers per hour in Canso, 24 into Halifax, 26 in North Cape, 22 in Moncton. Wind gusts getting up to 33 in both Moncton and Halifax, 30 in Charlottetown. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
2 people charged following the discovery of a newborn's remains in Halifax are due back in court on Thursday for a bail hearing. And as CTV's Callum Smith reports, prosecutors say further charges are a distinct possibility.
It was a startling Saturday for people living at this Willett Street building in the Clayton Park area of Halifax.
I was pretty shocked. I couldn't really believe that it was something like that.
According to Halifax police, a woman who had just given birth was taken to hospital by ambulance Friday night, and that an urgent search was ongoing for the newborn. The 23-year-old mother was reported in life-threatening condition, and police reiterated that was not due to violence.
We had 4 parties in custody. During the interview process, officers learned of the second location.
The second location is here off of Prospect Road beyond the Halifax Exhibition Center. Police said the baby's Authorities' remains were discovered in the woods at about 3:20 Sunday afternoon. 2 people are now charged. 23-year-old Sukhpreet Singh and his wife, 26-year-old Ramandeep Kaur, are charged with 2 counts of obstruction, concealing the body of a child, and indignity to a dead body. Police say they're relatives of the mother but didn't specify the connection. In court today, the Crown opposed their release, saying there is potential for additional, very serious charges to be laid.
It's a shocking set of events. The fact that the community would be appalled is what you would expect upon hearing allegations of this kind.
The Crown said investigators have seized 5 electronic devices, but the review is going slower because they're in a foreign language and that the woman is still in critical condition and unresponsive. The 2 accused are due back in court on Thursday. Callum Smith, CTV News, Halifax.
RCMP in Nova Scotia's Antigonish County are investigating the suspicious death of a 42-year-old man. Police say the body was found last Thursday night on Arthur's Point Lane in West Orme, Tracadie. Investigators are working with the Medical Examiner Service to determine the cause of death. No other information has been released. A private funeral for Robert K. Irving will be held today. Irving died at home 1 week ago after a battle with cancer. He was 71 years old. A central figure in the Irving family business empire, Robert K. Irving was a key player in the forestry, trucking, and agriculture sectors. He was also the owner of the Moncton Wildcats and donated millions of dollars to the Moncton Hospital, as well as universities and foundations. Today's funeral will be held in Sussex. Small businesses and ratepayers who have complaints with NB Power are getting their own official advocate. As it stands right now, customers who have a complaint to make can take it to the utility or departments within the provincial government. The province's energy minister says a new independent consumer advocate for NB Power complaints will offer a brand new avenue.
The advocate will now be able to take that information, do an independent review, and actually could have powers to have NB Power correct if there's a situation that's not appropriate.
Legislation for a new independent consumer advocate could be tabled as early as today. Gas on Prince Edward Island is now below the $2 mark. Gas decreased overnight by nearly 6 cents a litre. The minimum price now $1.96. And diesel fell by 8.1 cents. The minimum price now $2.28.7 a litre. Finally, I'd argue many of us know that T-Rexes, well, they can't do push-ups or clap, but have you ever wondered why the king of the dinosaurs has such tiny arms? It's a topic researchers have debated for decades with no real consensus. Well, now a new study has its own theory. Big arms were a trade-off. The study says the T-Rex evolved to have an extremely strong skull. And since evolution tends to prefer perfecting one feature at a time, it came at the expense of upper body strength. T-Rex simply didn't need strong arms when, well, they could just kill just about anything by headbutting it.
Oh my goodness.
I know. This hypothesis, if you want to read it, it was just published in the journal Proceedings of the Royal Society B.
Well, that's fascinating. I mean, that is quite a jaw, quite a head. You wouldn't need arms. But they didn't do a lot of news anchoring. Like, for example, pretend I was a T-Rex. Let me try to get my script.
Good luck.
Not so much. Oh,
I did it, but it would take a long time.
Thank goodness they didn't have long arms on top of everything else they had.
Could you imagine how terrifying that would be?
Oh my gosh, it is fun to make fun of T-Rexes and the little arms, though. Let me just go over and fix your microphone. Like, it would have to be... Oh my goodness.
I know. Extra scary. So, I mean, it's got a big skull and little arms, I suppose.
Yeah, very good hearing.
Fascinating.
Science.
It's amazing that it's 2026 and we're finally getting to that with T-Rexes.
Well, and here's the thing, but you know, it's just a theory, right?
Oh yeah, it's true.
So the debate continues.
Can't ask them.
You can't ask them.
You cannot.
No, they wouldn't want to listen either.
All right. Well, we can't ask the T-Rex what's changed for them in the last 6 months because they've been extinct for thousands of years. But we can ask you. We want to know about your Move Morning Chat question, your response to this one. It's been a few days, so let's check in on what has changed for you in the past year.
Can you believe that?
When June 400, I want to know. This might get fun. This might get deeply personal.
Yeah, and June is the 6th month of the year. We're halfway through 2026.
That is wild. Shocking that we're over
wild. Yeah.
Really wild. Speaking of wild, let's check in on some wild animals. Let's go to the EcoCam.
Why not?
Bruce, Suji, and Helene, what's going on? Okay, so it's side view of the nest right now.
Okay, there's something moving there on the left. It had just moved.
But
oh yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, they're in there. They're in there. I was hoping to get a nice overhead shot of Helene. You really are taking your chances with this one. It's always fun to watch the nest, but it's what angle camera you're getting at the moment. So we're just getting that. So you can see that it's not quite as sunny as it is in some parts of the region in Cape Breton.
No, Cape Breton actually seeing some shower activity, chance of showers at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good
Thank
to
you,
know.
Bruce and Suji and Helene, for that little weather insight.
Well, we won't know what they're having for breakfast, like eel.
No, we
really like little eels. Yeah.
We need the overhead cam. Maybe we'll check in later and see if we got the overhead cam.
Yeah, we'll see if we get that update. Okay, we're going to take a break here. Latavia has the latest forecast, and then he is not cooking eel. We are catching up with Andy Hay. We'll find out what the chef and TV personality is up to these days and get the details on his trip to Somo Fest later this summer. That conversation up next.
Okay, let's get cracking. Into the lamb meat, we're going to put onions.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and welcome back. The time now is 7:43. We're taking a live look at Walton. 9 degrees starting off your day. Beautiful sunshine early this morning. We are going to see sunshine sticking around into the afternoon, but we do have a low chance of showers also returning. 12 degrees right now out in Halifax, 8 in Sydney, 11 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown with 13 in Fredericton, 9 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay, cooler in Gander at 2. Over to our forecast timeline. We are seeing active weather in the forecast for both Newfoundland and Labrador. Shower activity starting off your day. Within the Maritime region, lots of sunshine as clouds continue to clear out this afternoon. We are also going to see a low chance of showers return for parts of the Maritime region late this afternoon. For Cape Breton Island, around a 60% chance of showers remaining throughout the day. And then into tonight, steadier shower activity will return for northern and central New Brunswick. A risk of thunderstorms before spreading across all 3 Maritime provinces. Bringing us into Wednesday's forecast, a wet day ahead. Temperatures will be cooling down as well. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, we are going to see accumulation from this system, looking at around 20 to 30 millimeters at its heaviest for Edmundston, 5 to 10 across Prince Edward Island, and also into parts of eastern Nova Scotia. Pretty light amounts indicated for Labrador City, and around 5 to 10 millimeters expected for parts of Newfoundland. Temperatures will be heating back up today, ranging from 18 to 26 degrees. A mix of sun and cloud for New Brunswick. We do have a chance of showers late this afternoon. Wind picking up out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. Prince Edward Island looking at highs between 13 to 17. Periods of drizzle early in the morning will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud across the island. Wind gusts of 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 9 to 21 degrees. We are looking at some scattered showers on and off throughout the day. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, sunshine today. We do have a chance of showers returning, around a 30% chance of it happening for mainland Nova Scotia into the late afternoon, with daytime highs between 16 to 24 degrees. Labrador City looking at shower activity throughout the day with a high of 11. 5 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at some scattered showers. Wednesday's forecast, cooler, below seasonal daytime highs returning. We do have some shower activity across Atlantic Canada, and then that brings us into our forecast for Thursday. Another cooler and wet day is ahead. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
PEI's premier festival for music, food, and drink is back this September with a vibrant, multi-sensory experience fans won't want to miss. Along with headlining musical acts, there will be headlining chefs at the event, including Nova Scotia's own Andy Hay. We are thrilled to have Andy in studio today to talk about the festival and his busy life. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning. How are we doing?
We are great. Great to have you here.
It's lovely to be back, always.
No, I know you love PEI, and Somo Fest, this will be its 4th year this September.
Yeah.
It's the 11th and the 12th, but the 11th you're headlining, and I guess it's your first time doing so at Somo.
It's my first time there. I've heard so much about it. I've been watching from afar. I've been wanting to get in there and finally crack the lineup this year, so I'm really excited. It looks like an amazing energy event.
Totally. Oh my gosh, it's a great event, all ages, like super fun. Music is a big part of it. So let's just talk about the lineup. Many of our viewers may not realize these huge names. Here's everybody.
Big names.
Coming. Your day is 21 Pilots Day.
I feel like I'm going to be in the zone that day on the culinary stage. At our house, we love pop. So I've got 2 little girls, my wife, big pop people.
Okay.
So we're big Somber fans.
Big Somber Perfect.
So day 2, I'm going to be dancing pretty hard.
For sure. So you're most excited about Somber.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Natasha Bedingfield.
Oh, yeah.
A little pocket full of sunshine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so fun. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great time.
Fun. You might get to meet these people.
Yeah, I hope so.
Back in the green room. That's very exciting. Okay, lots and lots of big names coming. Very exciting. Okay, I want to know, when you're doing a live event like this, because you do a lot of this type of thing, is it nerve-wracking or exhilarating to be up there, you know, kind of like literally thousands of people are going to be watching?
Yeah, it's both. I find like I've gotten more comfortable speaking in front of crowds, and then I think the lead up, as long as I'm properly prepared, put the time in, I'll be nervous, but then once showtime hits, the energy just comes, and it just takes over, and it's super fun. And I feel like an event like this, it's about keeping energy high, being playful, being fun. People are not there necessarily to learn like all the intricate tips. It's just keep energy high and just make it fun.
Definitely. Oh yeah, they're there to see. Okay, these are some images of SomoFest past. This year, this is kind of cool. They've got youth tickets, so there's special prices for kids. If you have children under 9, you can bring up to 2 with you free.
Cool.
So, so I was wondering if you're going to bring your kids this year.
I think that's the game plan. We're coming for Somber on day 2, so that's going to be fun. I'm really excited for it.
Wonderful, yeah. I mean, this is a great opportunity for people. I love that it's all ages. I love that it's celebrating local.
Yeah.
Why are you excited to align yourself with this beautiful event?
I mean, it's just very East Coast. It's fun. There's nothing more East Coast than music and food. I think it just goes together like a beautiful hug. So I think it's just like, it's a premiere. They're bringing some of the biggest musical talent in the world to PEI. I love PEI. We get to showcase kind of the food element of it too. So I think it's a great group of people, a great organization, and just like, what a fun time. I can't wait to go.
Definitely. All right, you are making time for it in your busy schedule. Congrats on your Food Network show.
Thank you.
Very exciting. I was in Miami last year, and I saw your poster up there for this big festival in Miami. Like, is it your personal goal to kind of like use East Coast food to take over the world?
I don't know about take over the world, but it's definitely been like a major part. It's a major part of who I am. I love where I'm from. I love the food here. And I think from like my brand perspective, it's just very aligned with what I do. And yeah, it's unique. I feel like all chefs around the world kind of tell their own story. And I think that's something that I've kind of gravitated to from day 1 of entering this world, was like, let's celebrate where I'm from and then bring that story around the world, because I think it's a story that should be told.
Definitely. I know you've got a lot on your plate, some secrets that we have to hold close to our chest. But what's your ultimate dream with this?
Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm living it. I didn't expect all this to happen. Like my joke all along was like, I want to be a poor man's Anthony Bourdain and have a food travel show, and that's kind of happening. So that's really exciting. I would love to keep on doing more long form content, more TV, more YouTube, cookbooks. I think there's something really interesting about like pushing into like cultural storytelling through food. I think that that's amazing. So you look at like a George Stroumboulopoulos, where they're interviewing, but like he's talking through the lens of music. I like that, talking like cultural stories through the lens of food.
Yeah.
And I think that that's my ultimate goal, is just to explore that further.
Well, we're thrilled to join you as you go on this journey of success. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Perfect. More information about Soma Festival on our website. Then we'll turn our attention over to Amanda.
Thanks, you too. Health and medical news now. Authorities say suspected cases of Ebola in eastern Congo have now passed 900. It's one of the topics in your health. Uganda is confirming 2 more cases of Ebola. This brings the total number of cases in that country to 7. The 2 new cases are health workers at a private facility. The epicenter of the outbreak is in neighboring Congo, where there are more than 900 suspected cases and more than 200 suspected deaths. There have now been 3 attacks in the country targeting hospitals treating Ebola patients. Yesterday, young men stormed a hospital demanding to see their family. The World Health Organization has declared the outbreak a public health emergency. Canada's top doctor says the risk of the virus affecting people in this country remains low. New research shows many people aren't staying on weight loss drugs for long. A study published in JAMA Network Open found about 3 in 4 adults who start a GLP-1 drug for weight loss are no longer taking it within a year. But switching medications was also common. About 1 in 5 people changed to a different GLP-1 during that first year, and those who switched were more likely to stick with treatment. The study authors say switching may reflect doctors adjusting treatment as newer weight loss drugs become available, or stopping due to side effects, cost, or coverage. Finally, new research suggests it's not just what humans build that changes animal behavior, it's our presence itself. That's according to a study published in the journal Science. Scientists analyzed GPS tracking data from more than 4,500 mammals and birds across the U.S., alongside anonymous cell phone location data collected during the pandemic. The study found when people stayed home during COVID lockdowns, many species changed the size of the areas they used and how they interacted with habitats. Researchers say roughly 2/3 of species studied showed measurable shifts, but responses varied widely. Wolves expanded their ranges, while many mammals and birds shrank theirs as human activity increased. Scientists say the findings could help shape more targeted conservation efforts.
We have no milestones to pass along for you today, but if you'd like to see previously aired milestones or find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder, milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. All right, well, if you haven't heard, Sullivan's Pond in downtown Dartmouth has some new residents, and they've attracted a lot of visitors to the park.
CTV's Paul DeWitt takes us to the water's edge for a better view of the babies.
Well, we're pretty excited to have baby geese up here at Sullivan's Pond. The group of geese that we have are very famous. They're like the unofficial mascots of downtown Dartmouth and Sullivan's Pond. And this year, to find out last Saturday that we had 7 baby goslings up here has created an incredible amount of excitement. People are coming for walks around Sullivan's Pond. They're grabbing their coffees downtown Dartmouth, coming up here, taking pictures of the geese, posting them on social media. It's created quite a flurry of activity. People want to grow or expand the flock of geese that we have at Sullivan's Pond, and we've been asking the city to maybe buy 1 or 2 more geese. The geese have kind of taken it upon themselves, and they've doubled their flock this year. We've gone from 6 or 7 geese to 6 or 7 geese plus 7 goslings. So the pond is pretty healthy with geese for this summer, and everybody is watching them grow.
They're just amazing. Love animals. They're all, even the crows. You like them too. You have to be an animal lover to enjoy this.
We know everybody loves the Sullivan's Pond geese, and they're certainly a part of the culture and the way of life in Dartmouth. But it is important during this delicate time with babies to give them lots of space. If you have a dog, please keep it on a lead just to keep the baby safe. And don't get too close, or they'll let you know if you're a little too close.
They seem even bigger to me this weekend than they were last weekend, and they're well cared for. The crew at Parks with HRM, they come and they feed them daily. The sun came out at the right time. The geese had their goslings at the right time. It's just a great time to get out, enjoy the parks, and go for walks in downtown Dartmouth.
All right, taking a look at our 3-day forecast for New Brunswick, 23 degrees today with sunshine returning. We do have a low chance of some isolated showers late this afternoon, and then into the evening, showers become steady with a risk of thunderstorms. 20 degrees on Wednesday with showers continuing, but also seeing some sunny breaks. And on Thursday, cooling down to 12 with scattered showers. For Nova Scotia, 20 degrees today. We do have sunshine, also a chance of showers late this afternoon. 12 degrees on Wednesday. Looking at sunshine remaining in the forecast for the southwestern region, but looking at scattered showers for the remainder of the province. Cooling down to 11 on Thursday, showers continuing. For Prince Edward Island, 16 degrees today. Isolated drizzle clears, leaving sunshine. Showers on Wednesday and Thursday with a high of 9.
It's Tuesday, May 26th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, 2 people charged following the discovery of a newborn's remains in Halifax. We'll have the latest details just ahead in your news headlines.
And how pets will travel. With summer vacation season just around the corner, we'll get tips and advice on taking your furry family members with you That's ahead on Pet Talk in the Tuesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Ooh, traveling with your pets, that's going to be very interesting. I feel like regardless, I have my pet traveling with me because I just even moments ago, like this is a new suit and I found a dog hair on it.
Oh yeah, that's season. Yeah. For the coat blow.
Oh, yes. And it makes you wonder too, if there are some pets who are really good at traveling, other ones not so much. Our puppy, he used to really get car sick when he was a puppy, but yeah, but he's fine now. He's great now. He does a good job. We have a really good cover for the back of our car that we got from the car manufacturer. Fits perfectly.
Amazing.
Love it, because we take him to the park a lot. But we've never taken him for longer than like, I don't know, maybe a 4-hour drive.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, my dog seemed to like traveling, actually.
Yeah?
Chico really likes sitting up on my lap. That's one of his favorites. But I was driving myself, and I made a little, probably Ariel from Pet Value will have something, but I made out of a blanket a little thing to keep them from getting up into the front seat.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I don't want them on me when I'm driving.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But, well, it's not safe either.
No,
but
absolutely
anyway.
not.
Yeah, so he sits on you when you're the passenger.
When I'm the passenger.
Yes.
Exactly. Both of us are enjoying, the free ride.
Exactly, right? Love being a passenger princess.
Passenger princess.
Traveling in all weather. Not horrible rain or snow, of course, but like, sometimes cloudy days are fun for travel, and sometimes sunny days are fun for travel.
Absolutely. Depends on where you're going too, right? And how long you're driving.
Exactly.
We're definitely seeing a bit of both in the forecast today. Lots of sunshine for the Maritime region, as you can see from our live eye over in Digby. Temperatures are actually warmer to start the day, and we will be seeing a warm up into the afternoon for our daytime highs, above seasonal for much of the region. 12 degrees right now in Halifax, 8 in Sydney, with 13 degrees in Fredericton, 11 in Charlottetown, looking at 9 right now in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and 3 degrees over in Corner Brook. Taking a look at the UV index, keep in mind sun safety, as the UV index for the Maritime region is tracking moderate to high throughout your day. We do have showers in the forecast for both Newfoundland and Labrador today. And then for the Maritime region, for the most part, seeing sunshine, but we do have a low chance of showers returning into the late afternoon. And then in terms of the wind forecast, a bit breezy for parts of the Maritime region today, 39 kilometers per hour in Canso, 26 in North Cape, 24 in Halifax, 22 in Moncton. Wind gusts getting up to 33 kilometers per hour in both Halifax and Moncton, and 30 into Charlottetown. Taking another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. The 2 people charged following the discovery of a newborn's remains in Halifax are due back in court on Thursday for a bail hearing. 23-year-old Sukhpreet Singh and his wife, 26-year-old Ramandeep Kaur, are charged with 2 counts of obstruction, indignity to a dead body, and concealing the body of a child. In court Monday, the Crown opposed the release, saying there is potential for additional, very serious charges to be laid.
It's a shocking set of events. The fact that the community would be appalled is what you would expect upon hearing allegations of this kind.
Halifax police say a woman who had just given birth was taken to hospital by ambulance Friday night, and that an urgent search was ongoing for the newborn. The 23-year-old mother was reported in life-threatening condition that was not due to violence. The baby's remains were discovered in the woods off of Prospect Road around 3:20 Sunday afternoon. Police say the 2 charged are relatives of the mother, but police did not specify the connection. The woman is still in critical condition and unresponsive. In New Brunswick, a private funeral for Robert K. Irving will be held today. Irving died at home 1 week ago after a battle with cancer. He was 71 years old. A central figure in the Irving family business empire, Irving was a key player in the forestry, trucking, and agriculture sectors. He was also the owner of the Moncton Wildcats and donated millions of dollars to the Moncton Hospital, as well as universities and foundations. Today's funeral will be held in Sussex. The police chief of St. John is handing in his badge this summer. Robert Bruce says he worked diligently and is proud of his accomplishments, despite leading a force that, as he puts it, has a resistance to change. Despite his obvious frustration, the mayor says she's had a good relationship with the city's top cop.
I wasn't surprised to hear that. I guess I mean, there's been a lot of issues, but like I said, I've been a supporter of the Chiefs, and he's done a lot of great work in St. John, trying to modernize, the force and the service that they provide, etc. Not everyone likes change, so I get that myself, and so he's worked on that. He's done quite a bit of work on it, and so it's all good.
The chief will continue in his current role until his contract ends in July. Gas on Prince Edward Island is now below the $2 mark. Gas decreased by 5.7 cents overnight. The minimum price now $1.96 a liter. And diesel fell by 8.1 cents. The minimum price now $2.28.7. Nova Scotia can be a natural resource powerhouse and needs to be to improve its economy. That was the message from Premier Tim Houston during his State of the Province address in Halifax on Monday.
And even if you don't know exactly what GDP per capita means, you know that being next to last is not good.
Still, the Premier insists better days are ahead, doubling down on his resource-driven economic plan, focusing on mining, wind power, and offshore oil and gas. Still, a new poll suggests 45% of Nova Scotians aren't happy with the energy push.
It's driven by rising concern about affordability and pocketbook issues, as well as some dissatisfaction with certain elements of the provincial budget.
Those are directly tied. If we can grow our revenues, then we can have more to support people through various ways.
Nova Scotia also dealing with a $1.2 billion deficit. The Premier says it's another reason to start using more natural resources. Finally, Nova Scotia is enlisting the help of smart technology to get traffic moving in Halifax.
Instead of running on a standard timed system, the signals will be able to detect traffic in a real-time volume and adjust those lights accordingly.
We spend some time in Arizona where they have those kinds of lights, and it works very well.
8 intersections surrounding the McDonald Bridge were selected for the new signal light technology. Experts say this tech can be used at isolated intersections, but works best at multiple intersections along the same route. And anyone who drives that route knows traffic can back up very quickly. The province says it will spend $700,000 for the equipment and installation. So it will be installed later this spring and in the early summer. They'll collect data throughout this summer. And then the province says it will essentially be switched on in late fall. So that's when you might truly see those light changes.
That's really cool.
It is interesting.
It does get backed up. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah. Guess what? Time to enter a contest. If you haven't done so, do it now. You got this chance today and then just a couple more this week because the contest is rounding the corner. It's just about done. You could win $20,000 and Your Morning Atlantic will pay your bills. So it's up to you what you do with the money. You can pay bills. You can do whatever you like. Enter that code word of the day, which is coming up in a second at our website, or you can use this QR code. The word is DREAM today. Yeah, enter. And then we've got the chances. We've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then the next big announcement after that will be the winner. Maybe it'll be you.
QR codes make it so easy, too.
Oh, yeah.
Much easier.
Hold your smartphone up to the screen. Bing, bing. Follow the links. Pops right up. Still ahead this half hour, we are talking about taking your pets on vacation in Pet Talk. But first, it is a look at your Tuesday forecast. Look how green the grass is outside of Officers Square in downtown Fredericton. Thank you, Rain. We'll have the forecast right after this.
Looks like a lush carpet. It's beautiful.
Happy Tuesday and welcome back. The time now is 8:12. We're taking a live look at a beautiful sunny start to the day in Yarmouth. Sunshine will be sticking around throughout your day today, mainly sunny skies. Currently 14 degrees, so as you can see, temperatures already beginning to warm up across the Maritime region. A bit cooler for areas in Newfoundland and Labrador. As of right now, it is 14 degrees in Halifax, 8 in Sydney, 12 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown, 14 in Fredericton, 6 degrees in Labrador City, and only 1 degree in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have shower activity for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador this morning. Some scattered showers for parts of Cape Breton Island, eastern Nova Scotia. Other than that, though, lots of sunshine starting off your day. clouds will continue to clear out this afternoon, but we do have a low chance of some isolated showers returning late into the afternoon for parts of the Maritime region. And then we're going to start to see some steadier shower activity for the northern and central region of New Brunswick, paired with the risk of thunderstorms into our overnight hours. And showers will continue to spread across all 3 Maritime provinces. So a wet day is ahead on Wednesday, and temperatures are actually going to cool back down. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, heaviest for New Brunswick being in Edmundston at 20 to 30 millimeters, 5 to 10 across Prince Edward Island, as well as into parts of eastern Nova Scotia. Labrador City seeing trace amounts indicated, and 5 to 10 millimeters expected for parts of Newfoundland. So temperatures will be heating up today right across New Brunswick. Daytime highs will range from 18 to 26. A mix of sun and cloud today. A chance of showers returns late this afternoon, becomes steady across the province into the evening with the risk of thunderstorms. Prince Edward Island looking at highs between 11 to 16 degrees. Periods of drizzle start off the day. It will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 8 to 21 degrees. We're looking at some scattered showers on and off throughout the day today. And the rest of Nova Scotia looking at sunshine, temperatures warming up between 16 to 24. We do have a low chance of showers late this afternoon for mainland Nova Scotia. And then for Labrador City, looking at showers on and off throughout the day with a high of 11. 5 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at some scattered showers. Wednesday's forecast, we're looking at some shower activity returning for all 3 Maritime provinces. Parts of Newfoundland and Labrador seeing some wet weather as well. Temperatures cooling back down below seasonal for our daytime highs. And then into our forecast for Thursday, another wet day is ahead for the Maritime region. Newfoundland and Labrador seeing some sunny breaks. That's a look at your weather. I'm going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Now look at national news. Canada's Western premiers are meeting in Alberta today for day 2 of their annual gathering, though talks of a separation referendum in Alberta are overshadowing the event. Yesterday, Prime Minister Mark Carney compared his experience with Brexit in the UK to Alberta's current situation. CTV's Rachel Aiello has more.
That is a very dangerous bluff.
A stark 6-word warning from Prime Minister Mark Carney for Alberta Premier Danielle Smith.
In these separation issues, it is often advanced that vote for this and it's a free option. Vote for this and we will strengthen our hand in a future negotiation. That is a very dangerous bluff.
Asked today what he thinks of the referendum question being put to Albertans this fall, the Prime Minister drew on his experience as the Governor of the Bank of England during the Brexit crisis.
I saw firsthand what happened in the United Kingdom when the view was vote for this, it'll be soft, and then we'll negotiate, etc., and they ended up, and they're still 10 years later trying to undo what people didn't think they were voting for, but what they ended up having.
Carney's words of caution about voters understanding the risk of potentially using this referendum as a bargaining chip with Ottawa was met with pushback from Premier Smith, who said while she supports staying in Canada, it's important all Albertans have their say.
And we had 400,000 people sign a petition saying they wanted to vote to remain, and 300,000 sign a petition saying they wanted to vote to leave. So that's 700,000 people who have asked for this to be publicly debated and put on the ballot.
On Parliament Hill, opposition MPs said instead of scrutinizing the question, Carney should start addressing the concerns that led to it being asked in the first place.
He can't just wag his finger. He has to project real action.
It is still up to Albertans to decide.
I think until we address it, it will be like an itch that is not scratched.
Smith said she'll be taking Carney up on his commitment to keep working with her province to convince Albertans there's hope for more prosperity for the province within a united Canada.
CTV's Rachel Aiello reporting in Ottawa. Some hopeful news for soccer fans. Canada's head coach says he is confident injured captain Alphonso Davies will play in the World Cup tournament, but he will most likely miss the team's opening match.
Alphonso will be here on the 31st in Edmonton. So we spoke with Bayern and thought that the best thing for him was to continue his initial recovery treatment.
Davies suffered a hamstring injury 3 weeks ago during a game. We're told the initial timeline for when he could hit the turf was 4 to 5 weeks. On the ice, Habs fans did not get the results they were hoping for on home ice last night.
Back in, the chance,
Carolina won last night's game at the Bell Center by a score of 3-2 and now leads the series 2-1. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final takes place Wednesday night in Montreal. Quick break here in Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we have Pet Talk, and we are talking about traveling with your pets, what you need to know ahead of your summer vacation plans. That's coming up next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Yay, it's 8:21 and Pet Talk time. And it's the time of year when families are venturing out on road trips again, and taking your pet along for the ride can be fun, or it can be a challenge. But the better you prepare in advance, the smoother the trip will be. So here to tell us more about tips and products you may want to consider before traveling with pets is Pet Value animal care expert Ariel McTavish and her adorable dog Bear. We will see Bear in a moment. Bear's having a nice little rest on the floor. So Ariel, lots to get to. Where do you want to begin?
Yeah, for sure. So when you're planning a trip with your pet, the most important thing is to include them in those plans like they're a part of the family, because there's pet-friendly places, but there's also pet-first places. So pet-friendly places are spots that you're allowed to take your dog. They're allowed to be there. It's fine. Pet-first places are the kinds of places that are going to provide like elevated support and care for your pet. So providing food, water, sometimes an enclosure for them to go to the bathroom if they need, just that little bit of extra comfort that
Where
they
the heck would you find a pet first? Like, is there a list of destinations in our region?
For sure. Yeah, so there's a list available on our website of some excellent travel destinations. Wow. There's a lot of hotels nowadays are advertising pet-friendly options, pet-first options. Most campgrounds also have, when you get your little pamphlet on arrival, have a list of pet-first options and opportunities for while you're there.
Great. So we'll put the Pet Value website on ours so that you can find that. That's great. Okay, you brought in also some handy-dandy things to help travel. Where do you want to begin here?
Oh, goodness. I think in Nova Scotia, you probably want to begin with your flea and tick protection.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So there's a variety of products and medications on the market, either through us or for your vet, to protect from fleas and ticks. Advantix is probably the most common, so it covers you for fleas and ticks. It's the drops on the back of the neck. They take 24 hours to absorb into the skin, and they're available in a variety of like dosages and weights.
So for example, this one is a large cat or rabbit.
Yeah.
You put it on the back, you just have to keep the pet dry for 24 hours.
Yes. So for cats and small animals, you would want to do, this is just flea treatment. Tick needs to come from the vet. For dogs, you have the option of either or.
So how does it work? I put this on my dog, 24 hours has passed. How does it protect my animal?
For sure. So it prevents like fleas, ticks, eggs, larvae, the whole full life cycle for all of those bugs. If they latch on or bite, it paralyzes the mouth and they drop right off.
Boom. We love that. Okay, that is great. What have you got here?
So here I have just a variety of kind of travel essentials.
Yes.
So this guy here is a really handy water bottle. The bottom comes off and makes a little bowl for your dog. I have one of these at home and I love it.
Very genius, yeah.
These are just some standard beef liver training treats. Everybody loves beef liver. It's an easy one for folks with allergies or whose dogs have sensitivities, because it's a single source ingredient, nothing else going on in there. This is a car harness. So these guys from Cargo are crash tested. They're designed to help keep your dog contained, but also hopefully prevent them from being ejected in the event of an accident. So this attaches onto the belt part of your seatbelt and helps keep them where they need to be, nice and safe.
All right, and Bear, you have one of these. Describe how Bear uses it.
We describe it as his lead suit because he thinks that he can't move when it's on. He totally can, but it does keep him in the seat where he needs to be instead of like flip-flopping, climbing around.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, perfect. Let's talk about our furry friends that you could fit in here. I guess, what's this space backpack designed for?
A spaceship. So this is for cats, small animals. I've seen dogs go in there. I've even put one of my birds in there before.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's designed to give them a lot of security and comfort. It's fairly covered, but it is very well vented. So there's not a risk of overheating. Super comfy on the back. My cat goes camping with us. He really likes it, and I have taken him camping, and that he did really well. Yep.
Fantastic. You have brought a couple of little items here. This is intriguing to me because I attempt to take my dogs, and I think these are slightly calming treats. That might have been a nice thing for my car ride.
They are. So these treats are given out by weight. It's just on the back there. They have a little bit of L-tryptophan in them, which can help with general calming and supportive care for like those long car rides or being in new places, hotels, what have you.
Okay, lovely. Okay, we've got about 45 seconds left. What else do you want to talk about, Ariel?
Goodness. Honestly, I just think it's really important to plan ahead. I think the pets who have the hardest time traveling are dogs like Bear, who are very routine oriented. So if you can communicate clearly to them where they need to be, and if you have clear expectations for your dog, it's going to make it less stressful for them. And the way you get to those expectations is by planning ahead. Like if you know what you need from your dog, you can prepare your dog to be successful in that situation.
For sure. And I think another thing too is just to remind, when you are traveling with pets, you need to have patience, because it is a bit of, even if you're very, very planned. For me, for example, I did take my dogs for a car ride for the first time recently, and I learned a lot. I thought I was prepared, but then I realized that there's more like to learn. Yeah. You know? So definitely pulled over. Definitely handle the situation in a calm place, you know.
For sure, giving them breaks where they need it, letting them out to pee. Also, if you can read their behavior well and you can see that they're starting to get a little stressed out, you don't necessarily need to wait until they hit their threshold to pull over. You can preemptively take them out of the car, take them for a walk. You can preemptively move them out of the hotel room. Wherever they're stressed out, you don't have to wait for it to escalate.
Well, Ariel, great advice. Nice to know the Pet Value website also has more resources too. So thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us.
And we'll put that website on ours. Latavia, over to you for weather.
Thanks, Crystal. Starting off in New Brunswick, 23 degrees today. We're looking at a mix of sun and clouds. Some isolated showers return late this afternoon, becoming steady into the overnight hours with the risk of thunderstorms. 20 degrees on Wednesday. Sunshine returns, but so does a chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms. 12 degrees on Thursday, scattered showers. For Nova Scotia, 20 degrees today. We have sunshine, also a chance of showers. And then on Wednesday, cooling down to 12, a mix of sun and cloud. Scattered showers for much of the province, looking at sunshine for the southwestern region. Scattered showers continue on Thursday across the province, cooling down to 11. Prince Edward Island, 16 degrees today. Isolated drizzle will clear, leaving sunshine this afternoon. Showers on Wednesday and Thursday, cooling down to 9.
Still ahead this morning, preventing insurance fraud in your own home. We'll sit down with our partners at TD Insurance about the importance of accurate information when it comes to your coverage. That's just ahead in the last 30 minutes of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. 8:30 already. I feel like the show has flown right by.
It really has today.
Yeah, it has.
It really has. It's just, we're talking about that flea and tick medication. I find myself itchy.
Itchy.
Every time the suggestion happens.
I know.
I'm going to get that stuff.
Yeah, it keeps reminding me. I'm like, I got to get my dogs treated.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, beginning of the month, it is our routine year long.
Yeah, it makes sense. And like, even like, I think, okay, we haven't been on trails lately. We're just in the backyard, but still.
People get fleas and ticks in their backyards all the time in our region. Yeah.
Yeah, no. If the tick bites him, he's going to fall off and die.
I haven't even done tick checking forever on myself.
Yeah, it's true. Another thing, a lot of people saying black flies are an issue. They were not an issue in Cape Breton on the weekend.
Well, that's
but
nice.
People saying that around here, that in the woods, they're
I got bit by something last week, and my whole like wrist was swollen so big.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I still have like these little.
Oh yeah, little bites.
Yeah, you do.
What is biting me?
Oh my goodness.
It's a thing.
All right.
Right.
Keep in mind, bug spray, sun safety when heading out. It's going to be a lovely sunny day ahead for the Maritime region, and we are going to get a lot of people heading outside, I'm sure, to soak up that sunshine because it's not going to last long. Just for today, here's a live look at St. John, New Brunswick. As of right now, 14 degrees, so temperatures already beginning to warm up right across the Maritimes. Newfoundland and Labrador warming up as well, but still on the cooler side of things this morning. We're looking at 14 degrees as as you head outdoors in Halifax, 9 in Sydney, 12 now in Charlottetown, 14 in Fredericton, 6 degrees over in Cartwright, and 3 degrees in St. Anthony. As I mentioned, keep in mind sun safety. We are seeing a bit of an increase in the UV index for the Maritime region, now tracking moderate to high throughout your day today. Newfoundland and Labrador not really seeing an increase in the UV index due to precipitation. We have showers across parts of both those provinces today. For the Maritime region, clouds will continue to clear out, sunshine into the afternoon. We do have a low chance of showers returning for much of the Maritimes late this afternoon, becoming steady into the evening. In terms of our wind forecast, a bit of a breezy start to the day. As of right now, we are seeing sustained wind, 30 kilometers per hour in Halifax and Canso, 24 in Moncton, 22 in Lunenburg. Wind gusts getting up to 39 in Halifax, 33 in Moncton, 31 in Bathurst and Lunenburg. We'll take one last look at your forecast just ahead, but first, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. The 2 people charged following the discovery of a newborn's remains in Halifax are due back in court on Thursday for a bail hearing. 23-year-old Sukhpreet Singh and his wife, 26-year-old Ramandeep Kaur, are charged with 2 counts of obstruction, indignity to a dead body, and concealing the body of a child. In court Monday, the Crown opposed their release, saying there is potential for additional, very serious charges to be laid.
It's a shocking set of events. The fact that the community would be appalled is what you would expect upon hearing allegations of this kind.
Halifax police say a woman who had just given birth was taken to hospital by ambulance Friday night and that an urgent search was ongoing for the newborn. The 23-year-old mother was reported in life-threatening condition that was not due to violence. The baby's remains were discovered in the woods off of Prospect Road around 3:20 Sunday afternoon. Police say the 2 charged are relatives of the mother but didn't specify the connection. The woman is still in critical condition and unresponsive. RCMP in Nova Scotia's Antigonish County are investigating the suspicious death of a 42-year-old man. Police say the body was found last Thursday night on Arthur's Point Lane in West Arm Tracadie. Investigators are working with the Medical Examiner Service to determine the cause of death. No other information has been released. In New Brunswick, a private funeral for Robert K. Irving will be held today. Irving died at home 1 week ago after a battle with cancer. He was 71 years old. A central figure in the Irving family business empire, Robert K. Irving was a key player in the industry in forestry, trucking, and agriculture sectors. He was also the owner of the Moncton Wildcats and donated millions of dollars to the Moncton Hospital, as well as universities and foundations. Today's funeral will be held in Sussex. Small businesses and ratepayers who have complaints with NB Power are getting their own official advocate. Right now, customers who have a complaint to make can take it to the utility or to the provincial government. The province's energy minister says a new independent consumer advocate for NB Power complaints will offer a brand new avenue.
The advocate will now be able to take that information, do an independent review, and actually could have powers to have NB Power correct if there's a situation that's not appropriate.
Legislation for a new independent consumer advocate could be tabled as early as today. Gas on Prince Edward Island is now below the $2 mark. Gas decreased overnight by 5.7 cents. The minimum price now $1.96 a liter. And diesel fell by 8.1 cents. The minimum price now $2.28.7. Nova Scotia is enlisting the help of smart technology to get traffic moving in Halifax.
Instead of running on a standard timed system, the signals will be able to detect traffic in a real-time volume and adjust those lights accordingly.
We spend some time in Arizona where they have those kinds of lights, and it works very well.
8 intersections surrounding the McDonald Bridge were selected for the new signal light technology. Experts say this tech can be used at isolated intersections, but works best at multiple intersections along the same route. The province is spending $700,000 for the equipment and installation. It will be installed later this spring and early summer, and it will be switched on in late fall. Finally, this is not how Habs fans wanted Game 3 to go.
Looking to center, passing it across Jarvis. Back to Svechnikov. Scores! Evgeny Svechnikov has won it in overtime.
The Carolina Hurricanes defeated the Montreal Canadiens 3-2 in overtime last night. That means Carolina now takes a 2-1 lead in the Eastern Conference Final. Game 4 in the best-of-7 series is Wednesday at the Bell Center. And I don't want to show the Habs losing so much, but I do want to say thank you to viewer Steven, who sent a message my way and said, you've been showing the video from Game 2.
Oh, that's my fault.
Not Game 3.
That is my fault. I pulled that for Amanda this morning. Sorry about that.
You know, listen, hey, we want to show you the right stuff, so we appreciate the viewer reaching out and letting us know. We really do appreciate it. It's funny because when I was looking at the video, I was thinking, oh, wow, for a loss in Montreal, like, there's a lot of Carolina fans in the stands really happy.
It's my fault that when I went to pull it this morning, it was dated yesterday's dates. I figured, oh, that's late breaking. Anyway.
I'm showing you the other one.
Thank you,
Technical
viewers.
error, but we appreciate it.
Yes.
We got you the proper footage. Wish it would have been a win for you.
Indeed. Well, maybe tomorrow night, right? That's
Wednesday night,
yes. Okay, well, that will not be happening in our region in any case because we don't have a professional NHL team in our region at the moment.
Not yet.
No,
not yet, not yet. What's going on around here?
We're going to talk about the community calendar, take a look at some events taking place. So Flourish Festival returns to Fredericton this week from May 29th until the May 30th. So the independent, not-for-profit music and art festival will highlight musical performances, visual art, spoken word, writing, installations, theater, comedy, and so much more. For a full list of events and locations, head over to their website. And a takeout lobster supper will be taking place this Wednesday, May 27th in Charlottetown from 4 to 5:30 p.m. You can head to the Park Royal United Church to grab a delicious meal. Tickets are available by calling the number on your screen. And the Eastern Shore Garden Club will host a plant sale this upcoming weekend on Saturday, May 30th from 9 a.m. until 11. Come out to the Chesapeake District Lions Community Center to shop houseplants, herbs, perennials, and more. And if you do have an upcoming event, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at CTV.ca.
All right.
Did I say that right? Chesapeake.
Chesapeake.
Yeah, okay.
It's a fun name.
Yes, it is. East Chesapeake, head of Chesapeake.
Yes, it's in head of Chesapeake. Yeah.
Good to know. All right, still ahead, it is a look at the full forecast. Enjoy the dry conditions today if there's anything you need to do outside. And then, could you be committing accidental insurance fraud? Certainly hope not. We'll find out how incomplete or outdated information could lead to a sticky situation. We don't want you to be in it. That conversation is coming up with our partners next.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:43. We're taking a live look at a beautiful sunny start to the day over in White Point. 15 degrees already, so we are going to see temperatures really begin to warm up starting right now. Our above seasonal daytime highs are headed our way, so keep in mind sun safety when you are heading out today, as the UV index is now tracking moderate to high throughout the Maritime region. 14 degrees to start in Halifax with 9 in Sydney, 12 degrees in Charlottetown with 14 in Fredericton, 6 degrees now in Labrador City, still remaining quite cool in St. John's, Newfoundland, though, at 1 degree. Over to our forecast timeline. We are seeing shower activity for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador starting off the day, will continue into the afternoon. For the Maritime region, a chance of showers indicated for Cape Breton Island, parts of eastern Nova Scotia, but for the most part, seeing lots of sunshine early this morning. Into the afternoon, clouds will continue to clear out. We do have a low chance of isolated showers returning into the late afternoon for parts of mainland Nova Scotia and into parts of New Brunswick. Other than that, though, we do have a steady shower activity moving in for the central and northern region of New Brunswick, paired with the risk of thunderstorms for tonight. That will carry over to all 3 maritime provinces. Steady shower activity taking us into Wednesday's forecast. It's going to be a wet day ahead, and temperatures will be cooling back down below seasonal for our daytime highs. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, the heaviest being for New Brunswick in Edmundston at 20 to 30 millimeters, 5 to 10 across Prince Edward Island and also into parts of eastern Nova Scotia. Pretty light amounts indicated for Labrador City and around 5 to 10 for parts of Newfoundland. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will be heating up, ranging from 18 to 26, being the warmest into Fredericton. Looking at a mix of sun and cloud today into the late afternoon, a chance of showers will return, becoming steady into the overnight hours with the risk of thunderstorms. Wind will be picking up as well out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 11 to 16 today. Periods of drizzle already ended, leaving sunshine throughout the day today. Wind gusts of 40. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 8 to 21 degrees. Scattered Scattered showers on and off throughout the day today for the rest of Nova Scotia. Lots of sunshine. For mainland Nova Scotia late this afternoon, isolated showers is expected and pretty light wind for this part of the province as well. Labrador City looking at a high of 11. We do have showers throughout the day today with 5 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Scattered showers expected. So for our forecast on Wednesday, we do have shower activity for parts of Atlantic Canada. That will continue throughout the day. Cooler daytime highs expected. And then into our forecast for Wednesday night, showers continue. And that brings us into Thursday. A wet day ahead for the Maritime region, Newfoundland, Labrador, seeing some sunny breaks return. That's a look at your weather. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thanks, Latavia. Almost 8:46. Now, most of us would likely agree that insurance fraud is a serious issue. But did you know that overlooking certain details or not updating your information could unintentionally lead to your own coverage being affected? Our partners at TD Insurance want to help you keep from accidentally committing fraud when it comes to your own policy. Joining us this morning is Niro Kandasamy, the Associate Vice President of Fraud and Special Investigations with TD Insurance. Thanks so much for coming in this morning, Niro.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So I understand there's quite a gap between Canadians recognizing insurance fraud and then seeing their own behavior as fraudulent. I can imagine. Explain that for us.
Yeah. So we did a recent survey just to understand kind of the public perception of what, some of these common oversights that could lead to friction at the time of claim. And so it really did come back with many Canadians understanding that maybe others commit fraud, but some of the unintentional pieces of overlooking some policy information was a very small percentage. So we're trying to get out there and educate everyone so that the awareness is there to ensure that their policy and coverages are updated so that there is no friction at the time of claim.
Well, what are some of these gray area actions that people may not realize are impacted?
Yeah, so I mean, probably the most common one is as your life changes and you're using your vehicle a bit more frequently or a little bit less, updating mileage is one of the ones that we often see that's overlooked. Adding new drivers or different drivers on a policy, or for your home if you turn it into a short-term rental.
Okay, interesting. So we're talking all forms of insurance.
Correct.
Car, auto,
exactly.
Everything. Okay.
Exactly.
Let's talk about unintentional things like not updating your policy.
Right.
Is this what you're referring to? Like it's your responsibility to call and make these changes?
Yeah, so as between your policy terms, if something does change, we have licensed professionals available to call in and share any information that may affect your policy. So if you're driving more frequently or the use of your vehicle has changed or the home use has changed, call us. We've got licensed professionals to give you catered advice to best suit your needs.
All right, what about the whole, I imagine a lot of people don't keep their insurance information up to date, not because they're lazy,
right.
They're just,
just common oversights.
It's kind of one of those things, insurance is a little bit of a set it and forget it thing for most people.
Correct.
They just sort of like do it and then they just let it happen.
Yeah.
So how are you even aware that you need to make these changes and updates?
Yeah, so what I would say is anytime you feel like there's something changing, best practice would be just to either contact us digitally. We've got digital chat where you can interact with us, or give us a call. We've got licensed professionals and we'll be able to handle any sort of questions that you have. And if you're unsure, the best policy would be to give us a shout.
Any other, you mentioned, for example, adding a new driver or you're changing your habits. Are there any other incidents in life where that you can think of that are common that people forget to notify you?
Typically renovations for homes.
Oh, there you go.
That's a big one as well, where maybe you've done your basement, added a pool to your backyard. Those affect your coverages, and obviously at a time of loss, if that information isn't present, it may delay the claims handling process.
Interesting. All right, now in the past I have actually, for example, we have a lot of severe weather events in Nova Scotia, so I've actually contacted my insurance provider just to see what my coverage is, but the person, it wasn't TD, but the person on the other line was a bit skeptical, like, why are you calling? So is it just okay to just call and ask these questions?
100%.
I just wanted the information.
100%. We're here to provide the best possible advice for your needs, and we're always there to try and customize any sort of solution to ensure that you have the right coverage and you're adequately covered for any sort of loss that may occur.
Well, how is TD Insurance basically doing things to help Canadians better understand, the risks involved in the policies and making sure that they're doing everything right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're trying to get out and educate the public from a media perspective. We've done a few different articles to share our awareness. you can visit our website. There's a lot of common scenarios, best practices, tips from that perspective. We're on social media, so just from that perspective, we're just trying to get out to the public and share, and a lot of information is available on our TD Insurance website.
Well, we appreciate you coming in person and being here. I know that you're visiting our region, and you do that several times a year. I guess since we have a little moment of time, what's your favorite thing to do when you're in our region?
So coming from Toronto, the East Coast food is amazing. The seafood, I'm a big oysters fan, so I love going to any of the oysters bars and enjoying the food and taking in the sights. Beautiful weather today, so gonna get out there and explore a little bit.
Well, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you sharing this important information with people, because I think the bottom line here is if there's anything changing in your life, remember insurance, give your people a call and just make sure everything's all ready to go and ready.
Exactly. You know? We're always here to help.
Okay, we put information about TD Insurance on our website as well. It is almost 8:51. We'll take a short break and be back to wrap up the show right after this.
Hey, welcome back, and thanks for sticking around with us. This is where we share the answers to the Move Morning Chat. We're talking about what's changed in your life since the beginning of the new year. So we've got some of our favorites sending us a text. Candace from Cape Breton. Going into full menopause this year has been challenging. Still on a roller coaster of adjusting medications, but slowly making gains and getting back to where I was. Candace, good on ya. Good luck.
Yep. Sometimes we get these changes in our life, and we have nothing. We can do things, but they're happening whether we want them to happen.
Absolutely, yeah.
100%. Health is wealth. LJ, congratulations. Retirement happened. Every night is Saturday night, and every day is Sunday.
Wow.
Good on you. Oh, that sounds so nice. We've got the IWK Telethon happening this weekend. And what's really wonderful about Telethon weekend, a number of different things, but we see a bunch of our retired colleagues return.
I love that.
They spend a lot of time in the station because they're just experts and pros when it comes to live TV and lighting and television production. So we tend to see them a lot. More often.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for me, I wonder, retirement is something I'm sure that has its perks. It would be fun to have every night be Saturday night, but I would miss my coworkers a lot. I would miss having, I would. We
would miss you.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's very nice.
I don't think you'd be a person to like sit down in retirement very long. You'd have a day and then you go, okay, all right, what's the next thing?
I would lose my mind. I feel like after a month, I'd be like, oh, I'm well rested now. Got to do something, got to get a part-time job. I don't know. I feel like I couldn't sit still.
It might be time to take that part-time job. Like, I really appreciate, like our partners at Kent, a lot of their employees are retired people who have a second act career. So when you go in and you have a plumbing question, you've got a person who knows the answers.
Yeah, the only way I wouldn't be bored is if I was like filthy rich. Traveling the world, or a spa day here, a spa day, a shopping spree.
I will tell you that can get old. I'm certainly not in the position at this point of being independently wealthy.
So for me, I don't see it getting old.
But listen,
anytime soon anyway.
In 2023, right before I came back to the morning show, my husband had a special opportunity where he was in Europe for several months. And our family got to go, and I joined them for several weeks. It was only several weeks. And I'm telling you, after about a month, it was too much. It was, I felt unmoored. I needed to have more of a sense of purpose. To just travel around constant
that
fun.
Makes sense.
You know, if it's just every day is highlight. It was I mean, maybe there is a place for that in the world, but for me, I needed to know that I had a purpose in the world. It was,
I'd like to experiment and just find out for sure.
Yeah. Just give me a taste test.
Maybe I need to try it again. Exactly. I didn't give it enough of a chance. All right, we're gonna, this is just a fun little thing to end. An unwanted customer at a hot tub store in BC, check it out.
Hey, get out of here.
No.
Oh no.
That's terrifying.
Right? They left the door open, so he went in and he just wanted to test it out. He thought it was too hot anyway. And then another bear came in and said that it was too cold. It was...
But this one in the middle, just right.
Exactly. Oh my God.
That's amazing. I feel like every time we've got a bear video, it's like, oh, British Columbia.
Pretty much. Thank heaven on our region.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Bye.